Dope addicts are here.
Cindy is a tramp in Highland.
In
she
Highland?
texted in from Highland.
Little Cindy, I bet you.
You don't know.
I bet you it's Little Cindy.
What
That song makes no sense.
do you mean?
It's a complete contradiction of itself.
On
this day,
On this day.
Oh, Francis Albert Sinatra
you get in here right now.
in 1988 died at the age of 82.
Too soon.
I ran to my desk. Our dear departed friend
Wait a
Punk.
minute. You didn't run to your
I
desk.
shuffled to my desk.
Okay, let's. Yeah, go ahead.
I don't have all of the things Punk's ever given me, but this is one that I have saved. It's my
Frank Sinatra action doll.
yes.
Is that
How many points of articulation does that have?
It looks like.
It looks like it has one in the. Well,
This
I
is
think
young
it's got
Frank.
one,
This is
two.
I had now Carrie. I haven't ever taken him out of the box and played with him.
Is it a Barbie or
Well-
is it?
It's more of a Barbie.
well then,
yeah.
Gina, you don't really know all the points of articulation.
No, I mean, is it actually a
Oh,
of the Barbie?
It's Mattel.
line?
Yeah,
It's Mattel.
It's- yeah.
Let me take a look.
Okay, here.
Now, okay, so let's get back to the lady is a tramp.
Yes.
What is a tramp? It's somebody who is disreputable.
No, I mean
Somebody who is is a bum, is a not somebody you want to hang around. Every single thing he sings about this person, she's great.
yes.
So then, but then he says that's why the lady's a tramp. What? That's why she's an angel.
He thinks this lady's great.
Yeah. So why is he calling her a tramp? I don't get it.
When I used to do my evening show here, I used to open, and God bless you, Carrie Jensen.
That's why I played it.
I used to open my show with that every day. That was my opening number.
Looks like it is not really increased in value. It's
Oh.
anywhere from $35 to $45.
I mean, I'm never going to sell it.
Why not?
It reminds me of Punk, and it's Frank, and Frank is one of my very, very favorites. So he will, and plus he's posed so nicely in this box. So he's in the recording booth. I don't know if you can see the microphone here, and then he's got the music, and he's apparently recording. I've got the world on a string here
Let me.
for this one.
I
Sitting
looked
on
up-
a rainbow.
I looked up why he calls the lady a tramp. Here's what it says. It's used ironically
Yes.
to describe a woman who defies social norms and expectations, particularly those of wealthy society. She's seen as a tramp because she chooses to live outside the constraints of high society.
Yeah, isn't that? I think it's a
Now it
super
makes
cool
sense to me.
Yeah,
Now it
super cool song.
I can't ever listen to that song without thinking of the cartoon, Lady and the Tramp.
Oh, I could do this all day. I've got the world
on a string.
If you would like to do this all day, could you go do it on your own time?
got the ring.
Got the string around my finger.
I've been in Gina's car, you know. She has the Sirius XM with the Frank Sinatra channel.
It's seriously Sinatra.
Is all they play Sinatra?
No.
Oh,
no.
don't, really?
It's Sinatra and Dean Martin
And Dino.
and
well,
yeah,
yeah.
it's all the guys.
Yeah.
and ladies. There's Rosemary Clooney.
Is Lola
shows up
Falana on there?
sometimes.
She better be. I hope so.
I'd be a silly so and
As
so.
long as I hold the string, I'd be a silly so and so if I should ever let it go.
My favorite is It Was a Very Good Year.
No, that's not a good one.
I
It
love
makes-
that one.
It makes you think of Shatner,
Oh,
doesn't it?
no, it just makes me think of Sinatra. This was actually a hit on AM Top 40 radio.
This is a
It's a silly song.
When I was 17,
It was.
it was a very good year.
Oh, you're wanting Shatner.
yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I really
You're in
do.
the shit. You
Because it's more Shatner is more entertaining with that song. Here it is.
takes it.
was a very good year
No.
for
small town girls
This is terrible.
and soft summer nights.
We'd hide from the lights.
We'd hide from the lights on the village green when I
I
was
was 17.
17.
Yeah. Who wrote this piece of crap?
Some pervert.
Of course, it was always great when Sinatra sang something stupid with his daughter. I always thought that was a little creepy.
When I was 21. No, you see, he's grown up.
Yeah.
Oh, the voice changes
voice
a
change
little
was
bit.
Very
He's an
good
actor,
year.
too.
Yes,
He's an actor.
he suddenly got attitude. It was a very good year for city girls who lived up the stair
You know.
with perfumed hair.
You know.
Came undone.
I kind of think Frank could punch him.
Small town girls,
Who's this?
summer nights.
Flaming lips.
Ah. Good choice.
Hide from the lights.
I don't
When
know.
I was 17,
It was,
Lou Rawls?
it was a very good year.
yeah. It was a song was written by Irvin Drake in 1961 and originally recorded by Bob Shane of the Kingston Trio.
Ah, okay. Well, a lot of people recorded this
No
song.
kidding.
When I was 17, it was a very good year.
I don't know.
Harry Belafonte.
The Turtles.
Oh, Mark Coleman.
Town girls and soft summer nights.
All right. Let's see how this one goes.
Okay.
This one should be
what?
Should be good. Here we go.
When I was 17,
Oh, Willie.
it was a very good year.
He's a good person for this.
Yeah.
song.
It was a very good year for small town girls and soft summer nights.
That makes sense.
There you go.
That kind of works.
It does.
We'd hide from the lights.
There you go.
This has been Farting Around with Carrie, Bill, and Gina on X96, Radio from Hell.
You bet it has. It has been a very good year for farting around, too, I'd say. Well, let's take a break, and then we'll come back with your check-ins. 877-602-9696. I don't have the copy for... Oh, yes, I do. 877-602-9696 is the number. Check in with the Radio from Hell show. We like to hear from you in the morning. Do you have a favorite Sinatra song?
Oh, that's a good question.
877-602-9696. Or you can text us if you like, 33986. Oh, that's right, we have emergency traffic.
Yeah, a bunch going on. So there was an earlier bad accident, I-15 northbound. It did reopen. This is multiple crashes in Springville, but there was some residual slowage through that area. Crash at the connector ramp from eastbound 80 to go 215 near the airport. Car is on the left shoulder. And we had a semi-truck rolled on eastbound I-80 at the merger from SR-36. Both lanes were blocked. Crews now have one lane open, but traffic is backed up towards Stansbury Park there. And let's see. Crash at the connector ramp from northbound Bangor Highway to go westbound I-80 at the airport, left shoulder block. We've got wet roads everywhere causing problems. That's traffic.
Thank you. All right. Yeah, your check-ins after these. 877-602-9696. Ranlife.com/X96.
I've mentioned in the past that I've worked with Rand Life Home Loans for years, and they're local. That's good. They're reliable, and they really know how to help you get the most out of your home. You should not be sitting on your home equity. Don't sit on it. Use it. This is a perfect time to tap into home equity, whether you're thinking about remodeling your kitchen, upgrading your backyard, or maybe you're thinking finally taking that dream trip to Europe that you've wanted to do. Your home equity can help make that happen. Don't sit on the value of you built up in your home. Put it to work. How do you do it? Well, go to ranlife.com/X96, find out how much equity you actually have and how to access that equity. That's randlife.com/X96, because summer should be more than just bills and wishful thinking. Make it happen with randlife.com/X96. Gina?
I do.
A list?
It's Radio from Hell with another list, because people love a good list. X96.
It's 15 clever phrases that instantly humble an arrogant person you're having a conversation with.
Oh,
Okay.
let's see how many of them would work on me.
Bless your heart.
That's yours.
Are you done yet?
Yeah, try that.
And my response to that would be, no, I'm not.
Funny, I don't remember asking your opinion about that.
Well, you need it. These are the responses an arrogant person
Okay.
would give. Okay.
You're coming up with those really quickly, too.
Yep.
And that's relevant to me how?
If you don't know, you need it more than ever.
You get that makes you sound like a jerk, right?
I don't care.
I think you could have done better with that.
That
one.
was kind of weak, yeah.
Honestly, do you even hear yourself?
I don't have anything for that.
Could you dial back the ego to like a 5?
Well, bless your heart.
I'd be impressed if it wasn't so obvious that you're full of it.
Full of what? Knowledge? Is that what you're against?
I'll be sure to let you know when I'm interested in what you're saying.
Or when you understand it?
So what else do you have going for you?
Good looks.
Well,
Hey!
Weird flex, but okay.
Weird what?
Weird flex, but okay.
I like that one.
You do realize nobody's perfect, right?
Well, yeah, of course.
Okay, I've got places to be.
Well, then be off with you.
And finally is not verbal. It's just an eye raise. An eyebrow raise. Oh, like, okay.
You just go,
None of those worked on Bill, though. I don't.
yeah.
He had a comeback for just
Most of
about
them.
all of them.
You know why? I've heard most of them.
You get that makes you
Practice.
sound like a jerk, right? I
Yeah,
like
yeah, I've heard that.
I like that one.
Yep, I've heard that.
Or I've had other people tell me, that makes Bill sound like a jerk when he says that. Yes, I do. Yes.
Yes, and he probably does too.
Well, you know what I say.
What's that?
Brett in the chat room beat me to it. Oh, buddy's nerfect.
Oh, God.
No?
No.
We hope you'd enjoyed another list with Radio from Hell on X96.
633-986.
All right, 6:21. Let's get this over with.
You can be a part of the Radio from Hell show, just like that guy said. If you want to check in with us, 877-602-9696 is the number to check in with the Radio from Hell show. It's just a little, just a little good morning, how you doing, what's going on, you seeing anything out there that's unusual that we ought to know about, whatever. Just check in with us. You can also text us at 33986. We have a sponsor here, Gina?
X96 welcomes Sleep Theory with special guests Nevertell, Oxymorons, and Strayview Friday, June 6th at the Complex. Get your tickets now at x96.com.
The moon looked great this morning. Sort of is shining through these, like almost fog in the air. 96.8% of full. It is a waning gibbous moon. The moon set today at 6:59 a.m., today being Wednesday. It's the 14th day of May in the year of our Lord, Jesus Christ 2025. It is Root Canal Appreciation Day.
I
What?
appreciate. Bill, if you've ever been in a lot of pain, you appreciate the root canal because it gets rid of the
Oh,
pain.
they're miserable. International Dylan Thomas Day. Dylan Thomas, great poet, wrote most notably, "Do not go gentle into that good night, but rage against the dying."
Michael Sheen has the best.
I could have finished the line. Sorry. Could I finish the
Sure,
Do
go
not go gentle into that good night, but rage against the dying of the light. Now,
I thought you did finish it.
no, I didn't.
He didn't rage against the dying of the light. Anyway, Michael Sheen has the most amazing rendition of that. Just Google Michael Sheen.
Okay. I bet he does. He is a fine actor. It's Bond with Your Dog Day. I don't know why exactly. Buttermilk Biscuit Day.
Ooh.
And National Underground America Day. What do you think that would be about?
The Underground Railroad?
No.
Subway?
It's sort of. It is celebrated to cherish the underground way of life, its architecture, and the numerous benefits of subterranean living. There are people who live in houses underground, and even some small cities underground.
Used to be a lot more of those underground houses than there are now.
I think so, yeah. And this is an all-new edition of the Radio from Hell show, starring the Lords of Morning Radio. It's Kerry Jackson right there. I'm Bill Allred. That's Gina Barberi over there. Katie, for short, is our producer, and I didn't notice who's in there. It's Allison. Allison is helping out. And we have the dog, Vax, is settling down for a little nap before he gets rambunctious later on.
I just tweeted Michael Sheen, do not go gentle into that good night.
But don't go listen to that now.
No, I'm just telling you it's there.
Don't go listen to it now. It's the Radio from Hell show. That's what we got to do. Check-ins right now.
It was on a CD that was an AIDS benefit. Oh, damn, I can't
I don't know.
remember.
I can sort of hear it, but I don't.
Yeah. Anyway. Let's see. Troy of Riverton checking in. Zane of Dallas checking in. Mrs. Zane might have found a lump.
What?
That must go.
Enough stuff with Mrs. Zane and
Yep. Let's see. Conductor Cobble explain breast cancer coming up. Yes. What's the email for Musco? radiofromhell@x96.com.
we are still looking for them.
All right. Ella the nanny checking in. Love some Sinatra in the morning. Dan the driver checking in. My favorite Frank song is I Did It My Way. New York is my favorite. Emmett the pool guy.
Everyone has their favorite.
Johnny B checking in, listening while feeling a bit trampish this morning. Time for a breakfast brownie.
Good idea.
Here's a check-in. It's a wedding invitation we got in the mail. It's together with their families, Amber Laidler and Jordan Lawler are going to get married in Spanish Fork. They're Spanish Fork people, so this is they're going to have dinner and dancing at the, what is it, Chilean Reception Center? Chilean Reception Center in Spanish Fork. But it says on the other side here, we don't have a gift registry. If you want to give a gift or a donation to our honeymoon fund, that would be preferred. So that tells me that they already own a lot of stuff together. They've been working on it.
They've set up shop.
That sort of sounds like it, doesn't it? Congratulations, you guys.
Rye from Orem checking in. Meshach of Erda. When I was 17, it was a really good year. Lee, bonding with my dogs every day.
Was it Nana Cherry?
No.
No.
Karen and Wendover checking in. Haven't heard any puppy stories from Gina lately.
Oh. We'll have to give you a pup date.
Pup date. Let's see. This is Mike.
Hey, Mike.
Hi, this is Mike in Syracuse checking in.
Syracuse, Utah?
Yes, out by Antelope Island.
Yeah, right. What's going on?
Well, I'm just getting ready for work, and I heard you mention root canal day, and I have a little joke about the dentist.
Okay.
Why did the dentist and the manicurist get divorced?
I don't know.
They fought tooth and nail.
Ooh. You know, Mike.
Mike, I enjoyed that.
Oh, Mike.
I enjoyed that.
Mike, have a good day at work,
All right, Mike. Thank you.
See you later.
Thanks, guys.
You sure that wasn't Dawn? I could have swore it was
I
Dawn.
heard from Dawn for a while.
Rose Park, Sydney, checking in, doing my morning wave to Julia Reagan while driving. Cole's family of Sunset checking in. We've been here, just don't check in often. Oh, okay. Brody checking in, farting around was educational. Now I'm going back to bed.
Good night.
Tim the Tree Guy. JW checking in, just got done with 24 hours of a 32-hour shift. Wow. CJ from Drunken Shakespeare checking in. These boots are made for walking is my favorite Sinatra. Let's see. Pronounced Shillon.
Shillon.
The Shillon.
The Shillon, the reception center.
Christopher Murray checking in. You too. It was you too.
Oh, yeah?
That's the one I'm thinking
You two,
of.
I got you under my skin.
I think it was like, yeah.
That makes sense.
Midvale's Rousedower checking in. Rousedower. Bay Area Mixer Driver checking in.
We got all the mixer drivers.
Everybody's here.
Okay, so a semi-truck rolled eastbound I-80 at the merger from SR-36. This happened about an hour ago. If you're in that area and can let me know if that has gotten any better, I would appreciate it, and I'll pass it along. Crash at the connector ramp from northbound Bangor Highway to go westbound I-80 at the airport. We've got crash on the connector ramp from I-215 southbound to go westbound I-80s. Roads are really wet there. Also crash I-15 southbound approaching Layton Parkway. Vehicles are on the right shoulder. Roads are very wet in the area, so please slow down and make sure your lights are on. That's traffic.
All right. 6:30, we got a break, a song, and then Big Boy News and Frank Christ Presents all coming up. Stand by for all of that. Stockton 12 Honda.
Yes, big news from Stockton 12 Honda. Big news for your wallet. Trade-in values are at their peak right now. The expert appraisers at Stockton 12 are ready to offer you maximum value for your car. And market analysis, the predictions are that these high values will not wait for much longer. So don't hang around. They'll go away, and then you say, geez, I should have traded my car in last week. Stockton 12 Honda is ready for you. They're your neighborhood Honda dealer for over 25 years. I've bought several cars from them. A good experience. Shane Parrish is the general manager out there, and he's a terrific guy. Whether you get a new certified pre-owned or used car, find the perfect vehicle for you at Stockton 12 Honda. Just stop into the dealership. Or you can go out to the Southtown Auto Mall in Sandy and see them. Or you can go online, Stockton, 12honda.com. They have all of their inventory there. Plus, they have their service schedules and all of that. Stockton 12 Honda.
A Morsel of Murder with Gina Barberi. Radio from Hell on X96.
I stumbled across this story, and I knew you would love it, Gina.
Well, I've never heard of the Mad Butcher of Kingsbury Run.
Whoa.
The Cleveland Torso Murderer.
This
is historic murder. An unidentified, never caught, never identified, no idea who he is, serial killer who was active in Cleveland, Ohio back in the 30s.
Yeah, between 35 and 38, 1935 and 1938.
The killings are characterized by the dismemberment of 12 known victims and the disposal of their remains in the impoverished neighborhood of Kingsbury Run.
Okay.
Now this is the 30s, so they're trying to identify the remains of these people. In some instances, they would make a death mask.
Oh, that's not creepy at all.
And then and then show the death mask
paint it up to look real, yeah.
And then put a picture of that in the paper and say, does anybody know who this guy is? Because they didn't want to show a picture of the actual body. But the interesting thing is, as I'm reading through this, do you know what it reminds me of? That killer in Dexter, the refrigerator truck killer. Is that what they called him?
Something like that,
yeah. I can't remember.
Because these bodies were dismembered in a very surgical way. They said that they can tell because there's no hesitation marks. Like, I wonder how to cut this leg off. Maybe I'll try over here. Oh, wait, that doesn't. It's somebody that knows how to cut a leg off.
And they can also tell that all the victims were probably alive when this happened.
That's what I was going to say. So most of them, the cause of death, like we're alive and then not, is decapitation.
Really?
And
that's not after the fact. I'm going to try to get rid of the evidence.
The men were emasculated in most cases as well.
Ew.
Yeah. And they would find a torso, and then they'd find a head later on. Mm-hmm. I said, oh, my God.
But they said that the heads, should we have had a warning about this? There's always a warning with a morsel of murder.
There's always a warning about this show.
Implied.
That the heads were, again, it was like a clean.
Yeah.
So you'd have to think that the person is at least unconscious when that happens.
Now, I just sort of skimmed through the story. Was there any commonality among the victims? Did they
They're
have
men,
something
women, different races, different ages.
Were they all members of that hobo village?
Many were, but not all of them. They also say that they're pretty sure 12 are by the same guy, but it could be as many as 20. And Bill, you were bringing up that Elliot Ness.
Yeah, G-Man, Elliot Ness. He was, I think he had just taken care of Al Capone. You know, he was a gangster buster. He was sent to Cleveland for another reason, but he finally got in on this case and had absolutely no effect at all.
No.
Except he burned down a whole section of the hobo village.
So he's good at he's good at breaking things down, but not so much detective work.
Yeah. But this is interesting. At one point in time, the killer was taunting Ness by placing the remains of 2 victims in full view of his office at City Hall.
Why hasn't this movie been made?
I know.
Probably because there's no conclusion. I don't have my ending.
You just make one up.
You can speculate.
Yeah.
Now they arrested somebody, and it's very suspicious. This is why it would be a good movie. So they arrested this guy who was kind of an idiot, but had some details about the murders. And nobody thinks this guy actually did it. They think that the sheriff fed this guy
false confession. Wouldn't be the first time that happened.
And then Jeffrey Epstein him in prison. He hung himself, but they said the autopsy on the guy, he had a bunch of broken ribs and like you do when you hang yourself. Yeah.
Apparently
why would the sheriff do that? Because he just wanted to say, all right, public, I caught the guy.
Yeah.
Everything's fine.
Apparently the severity of the murders got worse. Heart ripped out, and it got more vicious. If you could get more vicious than decapitation, but it got worse.
Authorities interrogated over 9,000 people during the investigation. It was the biggest police investigation in Cleveland history. And because they investigated all these other people, they actually managed to solve some other crimes because they had thrown such manpower at this.
There is a book about it. I just noticed this. In the Wake of the Butcher and Though Murder Has No Tongue are the names of these 2 books. Oh, they're written by the same guy, Dr. James Badal.
Maybe he did it.
Yeah, he knows too much.
then there's a book by Mark Wade Stone called The 14th Victim, Elliot Ness and the Torso Murders. So those are, so if you want to read up on more detail on this, if you're, I mean, I really don't like things like this at all, but I understand why people sort of
It's a
get
mystery.
fascinated with it.
Especially these that are unsolved. It's trying to figure it out.
And as John points out, a delightful topic for 7 in the morning.
Oh, I'm sorry.
So it's, if you want to know more, it's the Kingsbury Run Murders or the Torso Murders.
That was more than a morsel.
I told you, but we had
That was
Bear
a 3-course meal of
That
murders.
was.
We had Bear Week. Help you out a little.
I like the illustrations.
Oh.
It is the season. It's October.
Sure. Be sure to put that in the podcast description that we have a morsel of murder, because the word murder and podcast,
Oh, yeah.
numbers will just shoot right through the roof.
And Gina, to stop apologizing. Commit to the bit.
What do you...
Commit to the murder.
You did it. Commit
Murder
to
it.
the bit.
Okay.
You're killing it.
All right.
All right. Traffic, Gina, please.
Cuts me to the quick.
Jeez.
Because on this day, 40 years ago, New Order released their third studio album, Low Life. That is the first track on that album.
And starting tomorrow, it's Kilby Block Party. And New Order takes, if you want to know, I mean, the whole lineup is available at KilbyBlockParty.com, but New Order takes the stage at 8:30 tomorrow.
Okay.
There we go. All right, big boy news right now. Then Frank Christ presents They're Fine, They're Just Fine, the Dead Celebrity Game. We're going to give you a list of 4 celebrity names. 3 of those celebrities are just fine. One of them is dead. If you pick the dead one correctly, you will win.
Tickets to see Sleep Theory with special guests Never Tell, Oxymorons, and Stray View Friday, June 6th at the Complex.
All right, Sleep Theory tickets, 877-602-9696. We'll play the game right after this. Big boy news and Opinnuendo brought to you by
Click It or Ticket. Remember to buckle up your loved ones. Every trip, every seat, every age. A message by the Utah Department of Public Safety. Visit clickit.utah.gov.
One of the 2 women sexually assaulted by Gerard Depardieu says justice has been done. Depardieu has been found guilty of sexually assaulting 2 women on a film set in Paris and given a suspended jail term of 18 months. The 76-year-old actor was accused by the 2 women of groping them during work on a film in 2021. Depardieu had denied the allegations against him and said his lawyer said he would appeal. By the way, I don't know why I didn't say it here, but he got the suspended sentence, jail term of 18 months, but he did have to pay a fine of like $22,000 or something. A court in Paris found that one of the women, a set dresser named Émilie, had given consistent evidence while the actor's accounts had changed over time. She told reporters afterwards she was very moved and satisfied with the verdict, which she said was a victory and a major step forward. So I would assume that means lawsuits are also pending. Depardieu also convicted of assaulting an assistant director named Sarah, which was not her real name. He was not in court to hear the verdict, but instead working on a film set in the Azores.
Somebody's still hiring him?
Oh, yeah, all the time. He works constantly. He's very popular in France, and Tom Cruise has done it again.
What'd he do?
That's the very early verdict from press screenings for the Hollywood icon's latest film, Mission Impossible: The Final Reckoning, with the film variously described as astonishing, jaw-dropping, insane, and the action movie of the summer. Following a series of press screenings, first reactions to Final Reckoning are hitting social media after the embargo lifted on Monday night. The social media reactions come ahead of official critics' reviews, which drop on Wednesday, today. The 8th film in the long-running Paramount Pictures spy franchise. Final Reckoning has a lot riding on it for the studio, as well as the domestic box office. In November 2024, The Hollywood Reporter reported that the project has had a long and difficult journey, with budget approaching a hefty $400 million.
Wow.
Amid production delays, partly due to the strike, and then I think Tom Cruise was injured and out for a while.
I don't like Tom Cruise at all, and I love Tom Cruise movies, if that makes any sense at all.
I don't know. No, I don't.
This is supposed to be the last one.
Yeah. I don't dislike Tom Cruise because I barely have a sense of who he is.
I don't think he has a sense of who he is.
I'm not sure there's a human there. I'm not sure what.
That's what I don't like about him. But I enjoy his action movies.
What you see on the talk shows, I think that's him in real life, because there is no real Tom Cruise.
This is a bizarre story, and could have been a boner candidate, but the West Valley city woman is facing criminal charges, accusing her of extorting money from a couple while carrying their surrogate baby. Teresa Mertes, charged with theft by extortion and attempted theft by extortion. The bizarre case involves a couple from Washington, D.C., who were in surrogacy agreement with Ms. Mertes, according to the documents in court. Prosecutors say that throughout the pregnancy, Mertes provided the family with concerning updates as to the status of her pregnancy. In October, she threatened to use misoprostol to terminate the pregnancy if the husband did not send her $7,000, in addition to the amounts paid per the surrogacy agreement. So she wanted another chunk of money, and she said, if you don't send it, I'll terminate this pregnancy. The husband paid Mertes $2,500. Then in December, she contacted him again, claiming that she had suffered a miscarriage. She demanded an additional $2,500 to consent to a records release for the fetus remains. The miscarriage was a lie. The baby was later born. Around Christmas Eve, the husband received word that Ms. Mertes was in the hospital in medical distress. He and his wife got on a plane to Utah, learned that she was refusing to consent to the recommended care of the medical team, and that the baby was in danger if she continued to refuse treatment. Mertes threatened to leave the hospital against medical advice and deny consent for the C-section or induction. The husband did not. If the husband didn't pay her $15,000, so this goes on and on and on. The baby was born.
Is the baby okay?
Yes. Yes, and the baby is with the parents, the man and the wife, in the Washington, D.C. area.
Horrible.
What a bizarre story.
That's wild.
Longtime Sandy City Public Works employee, John Butcher. He said, well, it was just another normal day at work, and then I saw smoke. He was out Monday afternoon conducting street inspections, and he was on a side street, and he saw smoke coming from a house. The fire had started on the back patio, spread to the house. Mr. Butcher arrived before firefighters did and went into the backyard, finding the elderly homeowner trying to put out the fire with a garden hose. The man, who was in shock, told Butcher that his wife was inside the house. I told him, we just need to get in there and get her out, Mr. Butcher said. And they did. They found the man's wife, who reportedly has multiple sclerosis and is unable to walk. Butcher said the woman had crawled toward the door and told him she didn't want to die.
Oh, jeez.
I said, you're not going to die. I'm getting you out of here. And so this guy's a hero. God saved her. The house sustained significant damage. The fire was accidental, but they don't know the exact cause, or they're not saying it. On Monday, the Salt Lake County District Attorney's Office charged 34-year-old Cashel Barnett with one felony count of aggravated assault and also domestic violence in the presence of a child. Charging documents said that the victim, the mother of Barnett's 1-year-old child, reported the incident. The woman said that she and Barnett got into an argument. This guy, by the way, is a former participant on the TV show Love Island. He was a contestant on that. Anyway,
so a quality human being.
Yeah, he was on the first season of Love Island USA, which aired in 2019. And according to a Love Island wiki, he's a model and musician from Sacramento. And he only made it 17 days on Love Island. Let's see. Texas measles outbreak continues. 2 new cases near Dallas-Fort Worth. A grand jury is indicting the Milwaukee judge who was arrested in the immigration center, Judge Hannah Dugan. Remember that story from last week? Yeah. On charges including concealing an individual to prevent arrest and obstruction following a case that began against her in April to continue. We'll see where that goes. Donald Trump in Saudi Arabia, he and MBS have touted a $1 trillion pledge. President Trump and the Saudi Crown Prince, Mohammed bin Salman, said that they have a $1 trillion commercial deal. Well, what is it? Well, they're not being very clear about that.
Because if you look at the numbers, it's not $1 trillion.
They're not being very clear about how much and what the money's going to do.
It's about a third of that.
And it's bizarre.
Yeah.
So, Donald Trump's over there working business deals on behalf of the American people.
Or so he says, yeah.
For himself. And it was a very exciting, it was so exciting that when there was a briefing that was going on with the Saudis, Trump was obviously falling asleep.
There's video of it.
Yeah. Well, he should have had that coffee they offered.
He just sat there and held it.
Yeah.
And
weirdo.
You don't want this headline to be for anybody, but it just says nodule found on Biden's prostate during routine exam.
Oh.
It makes me feel bad for him. We have more other stories coming out about him, and
he's old and he has problems.
Yeah.
It's okay.
And then Sharon Anderson says it's just horrifying. There's a disturbing avian mystery unfolding in a Northern California town. Residents have reported birds exploding. Residents of a neighborhood in the Bay Area community of Richmond, northeast of San Francisco, say they have found multiple dead birds in their yards and on the street. Security cameras have even recorded one fowl's fatality, showing it falling to its death from a power line after a loud pop was captured on the footage. The mystery deepened on Monday when investigators released the results of necropsies performed on 2 of the dead birds, and the necropsy or autopsy suggests foul play. Get
what?
It? Foul play. The California Department. I didn't write it. The California Department of Fish and Wildlife says that it does seem that there's something odd going on with these birds, but the 2 dead birds, their injuries were consistent with trauma from a pellet gun.
Well,
or a
this
BB
isn't a
gun,
mystery, then.
or a
Somebody's just
slingshot.
shooting birds.
Not
Why is this a
electrocution
story?
from power lines. However, the department noted that the exact cause of the trauma to all of these birds could not be determined. Well, because there are so many of them, and they're dying in the same way. So
it's a kid that got a pellet gun for Christmas. That's what it is.
Very, very likely. All right, that's it.
Sports weather traffic.
Well, President and Chief Executive Officer of the Utah Grizzlies professional hockey team died unexpectedly over the weekend. Kevin Bruder, 56, passed away Sunday, according to an announcement from the team in the Mavericks Center. Bruder was also the general manager of the Mavericks Center, which serves as the team's home arena and venue for various events. It's not yet known how Bruder died, but the announcement said his passing was, quote, sudden and while enjoying the Utah outdoors. So strange. We'll probably be hearing in the next few days what happened, but as for now, we don't know. On the NHL, yesterday, we have the Stars over the Jets. Dallas leads that series 3-1. Today, you have the Panthers and the Maple Leafs, and the Oilers and the Golden Knights. In the NBA yesterday, Thunder over the Nuggets. Oklahoma City leads that series 3-2. The Pacers over the Cavaliers. Indiana wins 4-1. And today you've got the Knicks and the Celtics, and the Warriors and the Timberwolves at 7:30. That's your sports weather. So this is it. Several days of spotty sprinkles. 80% chance today. I guess that's a little more than spotty. 57 for a high. Overnight low 44 tomorrow. Low 60s and still a chance of rain. Traffic we have at Crawl at northbound I-15 leaving Clearfield into Roy due to a crash blocking 2 right lanes. Actually heard from several Infinity members that are dealing with that this morning already. Crash I-15 southbound approaching Layton Parkway. Vehicles are on the right shoulder. Roads are very wet in that area. Crash on the connector ramp from I-215 southbound to go westbound I-80 near the airport. And if anybody can tell me what's happening with that eastbound I-80 SR-36 where a semi-truck rolled, they haven't updated that in about 45 minutes.
It's out in Tooele County again.
Yeah. Like yesterday you had another bad accident there. So yeah, let me know. 33986. Jerry Seiner Cadillac celebrating their new location with an incredible buying experience for your dream car. Come in today and experience the Seiner difference.
What? I really, Donald Trump probably would have drunk that coffee. It had been Mill Creek coffee. It was that Saudi coffee. I don't think that's why he didn't drink. He needs Mill Creek coffee to have a good cup. Oh, hello, Frank.
Oh, hello, everyone.
You probably don't drink coffee.
I don't have a digestive system.
He doesn't drink anything, Bill. Why would you?
Just
Why would you
falls
tease
right
him
through.
with that?
Well, you can have a cup of coffee, and we'll give you a cup of coffee and a mop.
Oh, that's real funny.
Frank is the Grim Reaper. Frank is the Reaper of of celebrity souls, and it is a curse because he loves the celebrities.
All of our precious celebrities, well, 99% of them anyway.
When a celebrity passes, it's Frank's job to hop into his electric scooter and whisk to the scene of the death and gently escort the celebrity's soul or essence to the distribution
Got to be
center.
careful with them. Sometimes they're very fragile.
Oh, I bet.
And I mean their egos.
Yes. Well, and Frank loves the celebrities, and so that's why the job is so hard
Yes.
for him. He joins us every weekday to play the game we call Frank Chris Presents.
They're fine. They're just fine.
I have here a list that Frank has given me of actors, and he's happy to report that 3 of the actors on this list,
just fine.
but one of them,
one
of them Frank has had to take. And if the contestant can figure out who the dead celebrity is, they'll win a prize. Do we have a contestant ready?
Chris is here.
Chris, how are you?
I'm doing okay, thank you.
You're welcome. Chris, you know what you can win? Let's tell him. Why don't you, Gina?
Sleep Theory with special guests Nevertell, Oxymorons, and Stray View Friday, June 6th at the Complex.
That sounds like a nice evening of bands. Are you ready to play the game, Chris?
I'm fine, ready to play.
All right. Because it is National Underground America Day, Frank has given me a list of actors in movies about people who live underground.
6 feet?
It's a different thing. Live underground.
Different kind.
Live underground. Yeah. Identify the dead celebrity in this list, Chris, and you will win those concert tickets. Here we go. Number 1 is Diane Baker. She was in the movie The Diary of Anne Frank. Her TV work included Adventures in Paradise, The Lloyd Bridges Show, The Nurses, The Invaders, and Route 66. She was David Jansen's love interest in the final finale of The Fugitive, which was the most watched TV show in the history of episodic television at the time. And she co-starred in the Disney film The Horse in the Gray Flannel Suit. She was in a movie called Journey to the Center of the Earth, where a bunch of people live underground for quite some time. Number 1, Diane Baker. Number 2, L.Q. Jones. He was in Ride the High Country, Major Dundee, The Wild Bunch, The Ballad of Cable Hogue, and Pat Garrett and Billy the Kid. Other movies include White Line Fever, Lone Wolf McQuade, Casino, and A Prairie Home Companion. He wrote, directed, and starred in A Boy and His Dog, a post-apocalyptic movie with people living underground. Number 2, L.Q. Jones. Number 3, Lori Petty. She wrote and directed the film Poker House. She also appeared in Cadillac Man and later in Point Break, A League of Their Own, Free Willy, and In the Army Now, and also The Glass Shield. She made guest appearances in a number of television series, including Profiler, Star Trek Voyager, ER, and NYPD Blue. She starred in a movie called Tank Girl, which featured several underground communities. Number 3 is Lori Petty. And finally, F. Murray Abraham made his Broadway debut in the play The Man in the Glass Booth. He won acting awards for his roles in Chekhov and Shakespeare. He's appeared in films such as All the President's Men, Scarface, Last Action Hero, Star Trek Insurrection, and he won awards for various TV projects. He was in the movie Mimic, Big Bugs Living Underground in the New York subway tunnels. Number 4, F. Murray Abraham. All right, Chris, one of those actors is dead. Who is it?
I'll go with Diane Baker.
It's a good guess. She's 87.
She's fine.
But she is fine. I'll give you another chance, Chris. Listen carefully. Is it F. Murray Abraham, Lori Petty, or is it L.Q. Jones?
I'll try L.Q. Jones.
That's correct. L.Q. Jones. He died in 2022 at the age of 94.
What do the L and the Q stand for?
It was there, but I don't remember.
Liquid courage.
Courage?
Courage.
Liquid courage.
It's a Dutch word.
I see. Frank, we have a winner, and congratulations, Chris. Hang on the line, and Katie will tell you how to get your tickets.
Well, Gina, I've got to go check on C.C. DeVille.
Uh-oh.
From Poison?
He's 63 today.
Oh, I think he's fine.
I'm sure he's just fine, but really it's George Lucas I'm worried about.
Yeah.
81 today.
Oh, my.
I'll put on my flannel hood and go and see him. Goodbye, everybody. Goodbye.
Goodbye, Frank.
Infiniteam comes through as always. They say eastbound I-80 Tooele accident clear, but still backed up to SR36 through Lake Point. Several of you sent that in. Thank you so much. Also reporting heavy rain from Riverdale to Layton. Slow and heavy traffic southbound I-15 in Kaysville, and I-15 northbound at Riverdale is a parking lot. That's due to a multi-car accident there and the construction zone, making things really messy there. All of that came from you. Yes, you. Thank you for letting me know and texting it to 33986. See movies on the big screen at Broadway Center Cinemas Before Sunrise and the 1997 classic Titanic. Playing this weekend. Get tickets and showtimes at slfstix.org.
All right. KXRK Provo, your list of things that must go coming up after these. Boner of the day as well. Stand by for that. BigOTires.com.
Big O Tires, get to know the one in your neighborhood, and there's one I'll bet you within a couple of miles of where you live, because there are 50 Big O locations.
There's got to be one.
Locally owned and operated. I go to the one on 2nd East and South Temple, and I have done that for years and years. Now, they have a tire special right now, $120 off select sets of 4 tires now through May 26th. This is the time to buy, because they have tires in the stores and the warehouse. They're ready to install them today. You don't have to wait or anything. You make an appointment online. Go in there, and they'll put new tires on your car and nothing flat, I'll tell you.
It's also time for...
Nothing flat. That was kind of a joke, wasn't it?
It's also time for their healthy car special. It's just $39.95. Oil change, tire rotation, alignment check, brake check, battery check, and more, $39.95.
And they also have all kinds of financing options available, because they know it can be an unexpected expense, even no credit needed financing. Find out more by going to bigotires.com.
Did you miss out on your favorite Radio from Hell bit today?
Announcer Johnny Ola, and our game will commence in just a minute. Oh, but first, a word from our sponsors. First, baby raccoons. That's right, baby raccoons. They are one of America's favorite pets. Always have been, still are. Easy to care for, $29.95 with cage. Send cashier's check or money order with your telephone number, and ship it to the nearest airport for shipment. Send it to Hialeah Pets, Box 4484, Hialeah, Florida. And buy the gift they'll never forget. Johnny Mink. Ooh. Even if they have 3 cars, a yacht, and a butler, life is still not complete without Johnny Mink. Dress up the powder room and the lid of your Johnny or toilet with a rich, luxurious mink cover made by a famous furrier. What a conversation piece. Johnny Mink comes in natural ranch mink, $15.50, silver blue mink, $25, and white mink for $59.50. Send check, cash, or money order, no CODs, please, to Annis Furs, 130 West 30th Street, New York, New York. And now, here's a man who thankfully always leaves his pet raccoon at home.
Well, when he's not piloting my spaceship.
Oh,
exactly.
That's right.
His pet raccoon, Rocket. He is our good host, Kerry Jackson.
I love that GD raccoon.
Oh.
I know you do.
All right. Let's see. The randomizer has picked a contestant. Gina, you'll be playing against Nate today.
Hi, Nate.
Hello.
Nate, are you there?
I'm here.
All right, Nate.
I can hear you.
All right, we're going to toss a coin to see who goes first. It will give you the advantage in the game. You call it heads or tails.
Tails.
All right, let's see what happens. It is heads.
Well, you're one step further away from winning these tickets to see Incubus on July 12th.
Heads. That means Gina Barberi will go first. It's multiple choice pop culture trivia, Nate. Of course, the first question, because she won the coin toss, is Gina's to answer on her own. If she gets it correct, she gets the point. If not, I hope you were paying attention, because I will give you the opportunity to answer the same question. You get it correctly, you're going to steal her point away, and we'll go back and forth till one of you gets 3 points. All right. Rip Torn, the actor, was born on this day, and we'd be celebrating his birthday had he not died.
Oh.
But a very talented actor. Rip Torn trivia.
All right.
Gina goes first. Rip Torn served as a what after college?
Okay.
Is it 1, a bouncer at a nightclub in Hollywood? 2, a U.S. Army military police officer? 3, the voice of radio ads for tampons? Not a shadow of a doubt with Kotex. Or 4, human safety test subject at a grain alcohol manufacturing plant.
Oh, that's not good. I get an Army vibe from him.
Very good.
All right, that's a point for Gina.
Nate, next question. Based off of Rotten Tomatoes, what was the highest rated movie for Rip Torn? According to Rotten Tomatoes, highest rated movie. Was it 1, don't give me a can of beer that's unopened, missy? Was it 2, Priscilla, Queen of the Desert? 3, Heartland? Or 4, Men in Black?
Men in Black.
Nah.
Oh, I would have guessed that too.
Me too.
No, terribly sorry.
Really?
No.
I don't know what Heartland is, but that's probably it.
100% on Rotten Tomatoes.
I don't even know what that is.
I don't either.
Go look it up.
All right.
All right.
Never heard of it.
I would have said Men in Black too, Nate.
It's 2-0. Gina has the points, and I think she controls the question.
Oh, I think so. Gina, Rip Torn appeared in the Disney film Hercules.
Okay.
In which he voiced what character?
Okay.
Is it 1, Dorcas? Is it 2, Meme Lord? Is it 3, Hades? Or 4, Zeus?
Hades was James Woods, so it wasn't that. 4.
Zeus?
Yeah.
Correct.
That's it. That's the game.
Wow.
It's all done. It's all she wrote.
Sorry about that, Nate.
But I feel bad for Nate because I totally would have said Men in Black on that one too. I don't know what the hell Heartland is. I feel bad for you, Nate. I feel like you were cheated out of this, and because of that, even though I beat you, I'm going to give you these tickets anyway to see Incubus.
Well, that's not nice.
Well, how nice of you.
All right.
Did you know that Rip...
That's very nice.
Yes, it is. Hang on. Rip Torn's real name. You know what it is?
What is it?
Elmore Rural Rip Torn Jr.
Wow.
He's a Jew.
He's a junior. Okay.
Alice in Cottonwood did, and she's very upset to hear about the drowned cat in Cottonwood. It's very terrible news.
It is.
Yes, it is. Very
Cottonwood.
sad
Everything
news.
is awful.
Sad news. What was that from?
The internet. I don't know. It's just out there, floating around.
All right.
All right. Let's see. It's time for Things That Must Go, brought to you by
Haster Games for board games, Magic the Gathering, Pokemon, miniatures, dice paints, and more. Haster Games, 6831 South State or HasterGames.com.
Things that must go on the radio. From Hell Show.
Yes, it's time. It's time for you to vent and tell us what you think must go from your life. These are things that are bugging you, dear friends of the program, things you can't stand anymore. And so you send them to us in an email, radiofromhell@x96.com. You put "must go" in the subject line. Hopefully, you'll feel better if we read yours on the air. I'll begin. I have one myself. Probably nobody notices this but me, and I wish it would go. I was listening to a commercial today for some business, and they said, a lot of people find help when they come to our store. Meet Patty. And I thought, meet Patty? I mean, and then it's a woman named Patty speaking, but the announcer goes, meet Patty.
I'd like to introduce Patty.
Yeah, why can't we say, or
here's Patty.
Here's Patty, but meet Patty. I don't, it just.
This is Patty.
It just didn't work for me.
I'm sure Patty didn't appreciate that either.
Meet Patty. All right, this one says, this is from, I don't know if I'm supposed to say the name, so I won't. Office drama must go. I'm too old for this S. People complaining about sprinklers going off during a rainstorm. It's actually more favorable to do that because if you water while it rains, the water goes deeper into the ground and helps the roots. Then you won't have to water as often. Maybe, I don't know. And working 2 out of the jobs to support your kids because your ex is worthless. And I'm still not getting ahead. Sorry. This Gumby here. I've been driving a school bus since last September. Every school I've been to, there are clearly marked bus zones and no parking zones leading to these bus stops. But my thing that must go is parents parking in these zones. I drive a 40-foot, 16-ton bus, and I need all of that designated area to safely drop off and pick up, or as Gumby wrote, puck up, the students. In the meantime, in the time I've been driving, I've not had a day with a parent not parked in these zones. You're dangerous. You're endangering your car. I don't care about you, but I care about my bus and I care about the kids, and that's not good. Also, food establishments that make you build an order on the website in order to see the menu. Thanks for letting me listen.
That's annoying,
Gumby.
actually.
It is very annoying. And finally, this. Good morning, my friends. This is Clark, listening from El Salvador. You can say my name. What must go is the toilet seat dropping down in the middle of a pee, so I have to adjust my stance to catch the seat with my knee, all trying not to make a mess as I catch the seat. Speaking of messes, one other thing that must go is the Trump administration. I want boring politicians.
Yes.
Who know what they're doing and will not destroy our country. Thanks for all you do. Clark in El Salvador. You're welcome, Clark. Carrie?
All right, this one from the foot of Mount Doom. When you put something in the Instapot and you forget to check to make sure that the thingy is set to sealing and not venting, so it never gets the pressure it needs to actually pressure cook. It's a waste of time. Also, the pear tree blossoms that are so light they blow everywhere.
Yes.
Including your car.
Yes.
Your garage. In your house.
But it's fun. It's kind of like snow.
Got to find out whose tree that is. All right. Let's see this one from Tony. Things that must go. Kid Rock stealing from the Sugar Hill Gang.
Yeah.
As a leasing agent, I have to show rental units, especially to a man who works as a black market massage therapist who tried to hide the fact that he has a credit score of less than 600 and has a history of assault. Being 30 minutes late to the Catan tournament at the brewery because that same guy was tardy to the showing, so I wasn't able to compete and win the prize. And my outdoor vase being knocked over by my clumsy house guest. Had to throw it out because it was cracked. This one from Zane. People who talk on their phone in the bathroom.
Gross.
People who don't flush after going to the
Gross.
bathroom. People who don't wash their hands after going to the bathroom. Forgetting what card is on what account for online use. And where is that Don? I haven't heard from him in a while.
Yeah, his work schedule must have changed.
That's true. And finally, this one from Jason. Things that must go. Gina.
What?
During the sports recap on May 7th,
Okay.
you mentioned...
It's very specific.
I know. Well, he's very specific. You mentioned the Nuggets battling the Thunder and failed to do a poop joke there. Also,
We're all at fault there, too.
I think so.
Nobody picked up on
Also,
that.
why does Gina only dress nice when she's on vacation? Carrie's right. This must go.
Okay.
Sorry, Gina, but this was a topic during a Must Go segment the same morning, and it made me laugh.
I really appreciate that you wear the same thing every day because then I don't have to really look at you.
Nope, it's a uniform.
All right.
This from Brandon. Hello, first time sending in a must-go list today. Today I hit my limit. What must go are advertisements for Mother's Day. My mom died a year and a half ago, and I just can't handle these things.
Aw.
Soon it will be Father's Day, and those ads also must go because my dad died 2 years ago on June 1st. Thanks for letting me listen, Brandon. That is hard. Let's see. Body shaming must go. I'm a slender build and work out daily. I'm conscientious of what I eat because I choose to. Being judged for my decisions is no different than being judged if you struggle with your weight or food addiction. Comments implying my size is no different from being judged for your size or body types. Learn to focus and love yourself, less on judgment for others. Thank you, Lords. And
So they're saying people are picking on them because they're slim, trim, and in good shape.
like you don't have to. Well, like say you're slim and you go out to lunch with people and you order a salad, and they're
Yeah.
like, "You don't need a salad. Why don't you have a hamburger?"
I see.
I say, well,
It's
I don't-
body shaming goes both ways, I guess. Is
I'd
what
say
she's saying.
I wouldn't be ashamed at all.
This from Please Don't Use My Name. Hello, Lords and Lady. Thank you for letting me listen. My thing that must go is waking up at the time my body wouldn't normally be awake, to get ready to go to a place I'd normally never go, in traffic both ways, just to have someone pay me what they think I'm worth, which is not enough. I know this isn't really all that terrible, and I'm very fortunate to have a job, but being adult is really overrated.
Yeah.
Take me back to the days where the most important thing I needed to know was what my mom was making for dinner that night. Please make working to live and spending more time at work than I do at home with my family a thing of the past. Thank you, guys. Happy Wednesday.
All right.
Is
Thanks.
that it?
Things that must go on the radio. From Hell Show.
Traffic still at a crawl northbound I-15 leaving Clearfield into Roy. This is due to a crash blocking two right lanes. The other problem is that's a construction zone, so it just makes it doubly hard to deal with through there. Crash northbound I-15 33rd South in Salt Lake, off to the right shoulder. Crash southbound I-15 at Layton Parkway, right shoulder there. It was raining pretty heavily up north, and there's a lot of standing water on the roads. So just be aware of that. And you can text me what you're seeing if it's safe for you to do that, 33986.
All right, we got Boner of the Day coming up.
Yeah, here are the candidates you'll be voting for. Number one, the cook put bacon on the man's sandwich. Boner candidate number two, we want your kids' teeth to rot and fall out of their mouths. And boner candidate number three, that's right, I'm dragging Pete Rose out of his grave and nominating him for a richly deserved boner.
Okay. Boner of the Day, Big Boy News, all coming up after these messages and a song.
We learned from Todd yesterday. We're winding down the flippin' cash contest.
This is it. This week, isn't it?
This week is this it. So
Okay.
your chance to win $1,000. You have a better chance the more times you enter to win. How do you enter to win? We give you keywords at 7:15, at 10:15, 1:15, and 5:15. Each keyword is a unique entry. Your keyword for this hour, key. K-E-Y, key. Text that to 508-777-1000. That's 508-777-1000 for your chance to win $1,000 cash in this nationwide contest.
All right, thank you very much. Okay, let's see. Oh, UtahAdvocates.com.
Squealing tires, busting glass, and he came out of nowhere. You got T-boned, and it's not your fault. And you can't get out of the car. You're hurt, your back hurts, your head hurts. You've been injured. You need to call somebody. Well, somebody calls the cops first.
Yes.
And then the advocates.
You may think that you're okay, but when I wrecked my car, I thought I was okay, and then a couple of days later, I realized,
Oh, wait a minute.
damn,
Yeah, I hurt here and I hurt there.
You didn't deserve to be in that accident, but you do deserve an advocate.
801-355-5550, 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. You can call them, and they don't charge you a dime for the call. As a matter of fact, you don't give them any of your money out of pocket as they fight for your case and get you a settlement. And believe me, they will get you a settlement at the Advocates. Again, call them 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, 801-355-5550, or you can interact with them online, Utah. I have a question.
I was kind of surprised last night. I saw a tweet from our good friend of the program, Steph.
Mm-hmm. Stephanie?
Who has her ears and eyes on everything.
Yes. She's a valuable source.
And somehow she saw this before I did.
Because I came in and I asked Gina, why haven't we talked about this?
So my sister, Mikhail, and I have been working with the University of Utah for months, trying to set up a scholarship in my dad, Tom Barberi's name. You might not know who he is or why that's important, but...
legendary radio guy here in Salt Lake.
And a big supporter of the U, and we thought a nice way to honor him would be to have a communications scholarship set up in his name at the U. And the U's been fantastic to work with, and they've been so enthusiastic about this and appreciative of all the work he did over, 30 plus years.
So is this a scholarship only if you want to go into radio, right?
No, and actually we talked about that. Because, Bill, radio's a dying industry.
I've heard that. And people are dying in it.
It's more generalized than that, because actually he was more generalized than that. He had a radio show, but he also, for 18 years, wrote a column in the Tribune. He had several TV shows on KUED. He wrote for Salt Lake Magazine. He wrote for City Weekly.
What you're saying is he had a hard time holding a job.
No, he did all these at the
the
same time. Yeah. But for years, actually very similar to what we do here. If you don't know who my dad was, he had a show similar to what we do, kind of an outlier. Challenging the status quo, kind of,
Well, just
except it was on AM.
Here, this sums it up.
Just want you to know that I appreciate liberals like you and the way you judge us. It's a nice reminder that the real judgment will one day be upon us.
So the U yesterday tweeted out a link to the scholarship. It says, to honor the legacy of late local media personality Tom Barberi, 1943 to 2021, his family's pledged $25,000 toward the establishment of the Voice of Reason Scholarship for students in the U of U Communication Department with an emphasis in journalism. And the first scholarship will be awarded spring semester.
So Can I apply?
Yeah, I mean, applications are open, Bill.
Okay.
I don't know if you're
I might want to go back to school.
But you can. So I'm bringing this up for two reasons. You can apply for the scholarship. I tweeted out a link. It's on my Facebook page too. Maybe we can put it on the Radio from Hell stuff as well. But also you can donate to the scholarship. So it's a legacy scholarship, meaning my sister and I put money in it to start it. But if we raise a certain amount, it will go on indefinitely. So this scholarship will be available for years to come.
But it has to reach a certain level of money.
Right. So either way, you can apply for it or help donate to it. And
so how do you do that?
So I'm tweeting out a link to where you can donate or apply. I've also put it on my Facebook page. And maybe we can put it on the...
And again, if you apply for the scholarship, you don't have to go into radio.
You don't.
You could use it to do something productive.
You can write for... But I mean, you can... It's the communications department's broadened what journalism is, because it's changing all the time.
So it is specifically though for communications.
It's a Department of Communications scholarship with a journalism emphasis. But journalism is, it's podcasts.
You could be a blogger.
Yeah, any of that. So thank you, Steph, for pointing that out.
Otherwise, Gina Barberi might not have known.
Well, the reason I was waiting to talk about it because my sister and I are also having... So my dad died on Christmas Eve last year.
Oh, that's right.
And we have yet to do any kind of memorial or funeral or celebration of life or anything.
I mean, but he's been buried, hasn't he?
I don't know.
Oh.
That's another. That's another.
Yeah, okay.
thing.
We won't go into that.
I don't know. So.
I hope he's not still at home.
I don't think so. So we're gonna at the last game of last home game that the Utes have. They play Stanford. We're having a tailgate tent dedicated to my dad. And so if you are, I know we have listeners that tailgate every game.
Mm-hmm.
Make sure you come by and
we have chili.
I don't know if we'll have. I think we're going to do Caputo's.
Ooh, that's good.
Okay.
And when is that?
That's the 12th of November.
Oh, okay. That's a Saturday.
Yeah.
All right.
And it's a very casual memorial celebration. But do you know what? It's perfect for him.
Mm-hmm.
I mean,
he would have loved it.
He would have loved that his.
I have never been to the tailgating event at the U.
You haven't?
No, never. I mean, I live close. I could. So this will be my excuse to go.
There you go. Steph says it's cool. The communication department doesn't get much love when it comes to donations, so this is huge.
Oh, that's nice. Yeah, you might not know, there was no tailgating up at the U before my dad started it back in the 70s.
We always tailgate in California.
Well, no, the weird thing is where he used to tailgate was at the Stanford games.
Oh, really?
So it's kind of a full circle.
It is.
So all that stuff.
Coincidentally.
Yeah, all that stuff happening up at the U. My dad started that. He's like, you know what you do? You come early and you drink in the parking lot. People are like, can you do that? Yes.
Crazy idea, I know, right?
Liberals, intellectuals, peacemongers, idiots!
Yeah. So they do allow drinking at the tailgating parties?
Of course.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. That's the whole.
Or do people just do it?
I mean, both, I guess.
I wonder if they allow it or people just do it and they sort of look the other way.
I don't know the legality of it, but I know that it happens there.
Yeah. Well, so click on Gina Barberi's social medias and take a look there. Donate if you have a mind to.
Or apply, either one.
That's why I haven't gone to the tailgating, all that drunkenness.
Yeah, that's it.
I can't. I just couldn't do it, you know?
Because
on this day in 1962, Ian Astbury, the singer with the Cult, was born.
That song was released 40 years ago today.
What are the odds of that?
Is that all? Does he play the guitar too, or does he just sing?
He's mostly just sing.
Okay.
All right. Time now for Boner of the Day. 3 news stories. These are examples of bad, stupid, funny human behavior. You will decide with your vote. Of these 3 candidates, which one is the worst? Which one deserves to be Boner of the Day for today, May 14, 2025? We'll give you 2 candidates now. A third after the news. Once you've heard all 3, then you will vote. One of you lucky random Boner voters will receive.
Can't buy it, gotta win it. Radio from Hell Boner t-shirt.
Boner candidate number 1. The cook put bacon on the man's sandwich. A man from Springfield, Massachusetts, sentenced to prison for shooting a cook at the Holyoke Bar. Officers were called to the shooting at the Unicorn Bar on High Street. On arrival, they found 39-year-old Benito Agron, the cook at the bar, that he had been shot several times. Apparently what happened was 37-year-old John Brown Jr. was sitting at the bar talking with Agron and later received a sandwich from Agron, who was the cook there. A verbal interaction ensued when Mr. Brown saw bacon on his sandwich.
Well, we can't
This turned into a physical fight. And as it was broken up, the DA's office said, Mr. Brown yelled at Mr. Argon or Agron, rather, that if he was in the bar when he returned, he would kill him. Approximately 30 to 40 minutes later, Mr. Brown returned to the bar. You see, he had to go home and get his gun. And he shot Mr. Agron with the handgun 4 times. Several witnesses identified the suspect as Mr. Brown, and DNA evidence was recovered from Brown sunglasses, which were left at the bar during the fight. Warrant was issued for his arrest, and he was taken into custody for shooting Mr. Agron because the cook put bacon on the man's sandwich.
Now,
what was he to do?
He didn't. Did he specifically ask to not have? I'm not justifying the shooting.
I'm thinking that it was an unwanted and unpleasant surprise. Boner candidate number 1. Here's boner candidate number 2. No, we want your kids' teeth to rot and fall out of their mouths. Okay. So let's get fluoride out of the water. Okay, fine. But under the leadership of Health and Human Services Secretary Robert F. Kennedy Jr., the Food and Drug Administration is now seeking the removal of prescription fluoride supplements from kids from the market.
What?
These are fluoride tablets, fluoride drops, or fluoride lozenges that are recommended for kids who don't get fluoridated water to help prevent cavities.
The whole justification for saying, well, we'll remove it, and then parents can choose to have it.
Yeah, that's what they promised us.
The announcement Tuesday from FDA claims that ingested fluoride changes the human microbiome in a concerning way, even though the research it cites is inconclusive. It contradicts years of research and best practices established by many professional medical groups. The best way to prevent cavities in children is by avoiding excessive sugar intake and good dental hygiene, not by altering a child's microbiome, said FDA Commissioner Dr. Marty Makary in an FDA statement. According to the announcement, the FDA plans to conduct a safety review and take appropriate action to remove these products from the market by October 31st. Because, you can do all of that in that short a time. Health and Human Services also plans to issue best practices for dental hygiene in children that are feasible, effective, and do not affect their gut health. Like swimming in poo water.
And it's all of that. Yes, it's hygiene. Yes, it's diet. And fluoride. It's all of it. They need all of it.
What this does is remove a choice, says Dr. Paul Casamassimo, Chief Policy Officer for the American Academy of Pediatric Dentistry. It would ban a treatment that is in the best interest of a patient, as determined by trained, licensed health professionals. Boner candidate number 2. No, we want your kids' teeth to rot and fall out of their mouths.
Just ridiculous.
Coming up in a minute, boner candidate number 3. That's right. I'm dragging Pete Rose from his grave and nominating him for a richly deserved boner.
All right, boner candidate number 3 coming up after this. Big Boy News and Opinioendo, brought to you by
Efficiency and Adventure unite in the first ever 2025 Mazda CX-50 hybrid all-wheel drive. Lease yours for just $299 a month or get 3.9% APR for 63 months from your friends at Bountiful Mazda, where you always get tires and oil for life. Be electric, be Mazda at bemazda.com.
Allison Brie and Dave Franco, they're a couple, I guess, been together for a while. They also have they've been married since 2017. They collaborated on a horror film coming out in August. Tells the story of a couple that gets physically fused together. However, on Tuesday, an NYC-based film festival, Studio Fest, filed a $17 million lawsuit against Allison Brie and Dave Franco, claiming that they copied a 2023 independent film called Better Half. Better Half is a surreal, satirical comedy about a man and a woman who have a one-night stand and wake up to see that they have become literally and physically attached. It was written and directed by Patrick Henry Phelan and produced by Jess Jacqueline and Charles Beal. According to the lawsuit, the casting director for Better Half sent the script to Allison and Dave's agents in 2020, offering to have them star in the movie. However, Dave's agent reportedly passed. The plaintiff is now accusing.
Sounds like they have a great case.
The plaintiff is now accusing Allison and Dave of constructing an intentional scheme to copy the film, because they wanted to produce the film themselves and have WME package the project with one of the agency's own writers. The producers for Better Half saw Together at the Sundance Film Festival earlier this year and went, "Hey, that's our movie." They were stunned, they said. As people were laughing and cheering at the movie, they sat in stunned silence, their worst nightmare unfolding. Scene after scene confirmed that defendants did not simply take stock ideas or scenes affair, but stole virtually every unique aspect of Better Half's copyrightable expression, according to the lawsuit. That's going to be interesting to see where that goes. Utah taxpayers, and that's you and me, have committed another $300 million. Now, nobody asked me about this, but apparently we have committed another $300 million to the downtown Salt Lake City Sports District, this time to bury part of 300 West, east of the Delta Center.
So that's happening?
To create a pedestrian plaza between the arena and property that the Smith Entertainment Group recently acquired from Salt Lake County. Money for the road project comes on top of the $900 million in sales tax revenue already being channeled into the SEG Sports Entertainment, Culture, and Convention District. Lawmakers added this major street construction on line number 3,644 of a massive 126-page transportation bill on the third to last night of the legislative session. So,
yeah, they snuck it in, and it's going to affect Japantown.
Yeah.
And the people that represent Japantown are very upset that they weren't talked to about this. Yeah.
That's what's left of Japantown.
What's left
anyway.
of Japantown,
Yeah.
but they wanted to build it up, and
Utah saw gusty winds this weekend, and yesterday. Storm steadily moved across the Great Basin towards Utah over the weekend. Air quality worsened because of that wind. According to the U.S. Environmental Protection Agency, air monitors detected spikes in ground-level ozone, the really bad ozone that can impact breathing and aggravate asthma. But that doesn't tell the whole story. That's because the Air Quality Index provides an average over longer periods of time, 8 hours for ground-level ozone, 24 hours for particulate matter like dust, meaning that it may not reflect the pollution peaks during that span. The average itself for particulate matter, and that's really bad stuff,
yes,
will look lower than maybe what you're experiencing in real time, said Rachel Eddy, an environmental scientist with the Utah Department of Environmental Quality. And the windy conditions stir up that particulate matter, and that's stuff from the Great Salt Lake, where it's dried up. It's got arsenic in it and all kinds of good stuff.
I felt like my allergies have been bad because it's just wind kicks up all kinds of horrible stuff.
After hearing from a concerned Fox 13 News viewer about a rumor that the Pine Valley Meeting House in Washington County, which is the oldest in the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints, was going to be torn down, they decided they'd try to get some answers for them. It's about 35 miles north of St. George, a little town called Pine Valley, and across a green field you'll find the Pine Valley Chapel House. It was built in 1868, and they still have services there.
Yeah.
Well, that's cool. Why would you tear that down?
It's been known as the longest continually used chapel in the church's history. The chapel is important because it is important enough that a reproduction of it was built and featured inside This Is the Place Heritage Park here in Salt Lake.
Oh, I thought it looked familiar. Okay.
Even if the gates are currently locked, it doesn't take long for visitors from other states and other countries to arrive and take a look. Well, they're not tearing it down, but they're going to stop using it as a meeting house. That says congregants will be moved to an under-construction chapel in Central, 6 miles away, while Pine Valley, the meeting house, will become a place for historic tours. So if you want to go see it, you can go see it, but they're not going to use it anymore. Senator Angus King, an independent from Maine, says President Trump's plan to accept a $400 million jet from Qatar poses a serious national security risk. In an interview with Scripps, King called the gift crazy on every level. We'd practically have to take it apart piece by piece to make sure that it's not compromised in some way, he said. Beyond security concerns, King argued the president can't legally accept such a gift without congressional approval. Is it really a good idea to accept a gift this extravagant from another country? What are they getting in return? What are they buying? Are they just doing it because they're really nice people? Nope, King said. They're not. They're doing it for a reason, and to me it just doesn't pass the straight-face test. Trump has defended the move, insisting only a stupid person would reject the offer. Okay. Oh, here's good news for some of you. McDonald's plans to hire nearly 400,000 new people for the summer season. 400,000. Let's see, one more quick story. Oh, I've had this for a day or two. It's a story about a hippo at a zoo in Japan. Dozens of tourists at a zoo in Japan got more than they bargained for when they were observing a hippo. The hippo, Zhu Mei, was just minding her business when she realized, I guess, that she had to fart. The hippo did, and there are people standing there close by, and now you don't see anything because it's just a. But all of a sudden, the crowd starts moving back, like, because the hippo just cut one. Now, even worse was a hippo they used to have at the Hogle Zoo here in Salt Lake. The hippo's name was Mo, and this happened to me, and I've talked to other people that it's happened to. Mo would do more than just fart. He would turn his backside to the people standing there watching him and start releasing a stream of diarrhea and twirl his tail so that the diarrhea would be flung out over the crowd. Now, it missed me, fortunately, but it got a lot of other people. And then I've asked zoo people in the past, and they say, oh, Mo knew what he was doing, and he did it fairly often to people. They should have had warning signs up, really. All right, that's it.
Weather, traffic.
Well, we've got this pattern. 80% chance of showers today, high of 57. Overnight tonight, 50% chance of rain still happening, low of 44. Tomorrow, 64. Looks like we have a tiny break on Friday, and then the rain comes back Saturday. So, it sticks around until the first part of next week. Traffic, we have crash northbound I-15 27th south. Crash both directions, Main Street, 1800 north. This is 31st Street in Davis County. 2 left lanes are closed there. Crash northbound I-15 33rd south in Salt Lake. And let's see, I think you're still having issues up north in that construction zone in Roy, but better than it was about an hour ago. If you're up there, you can let me know what you're seeing. Like this, lots of standing water, I-15 in Roy. Very hard to see the lines through the construction area both directions. Thank you, whoever sent that in via text to 33986.
All right, here's boner candidate number 3. That's right, I'm dragging Pete Rose from his grave and nominating him for a richly deserved boner. You maybe heard, I don't know, have you mentioned it in the sports that Pete Rose...
I was going to, but...
Well, he's been released from the never to be considered for the Hall of Fame list.
Well, not so it's different than that. They're saying once you've died, all bets are off.
All bets
so
are
it's
off.
not just Pete Rose.
It's Shoeless Joe.
Shoeless Joe and other people, too.
Well, okay, fine. Here's a story about Pete Rose from 2022. Pete Rose was dismissive Sunday when asked about an accusation that he had had sex with a girl under the age of 16 in the 70s. Rose, who was attending a celebration in Philadelphia for the 1980 World Series winning Phillies team, told a female reporter for the Philadelphia Inquirer, quote, "No, I'm not here to talk about that. Sorry about that. It was 55 years ago, babe." Asked later by another reporter, he said, "I'm going to tell you one more time. I'm here for the Philly fans. I'm here for my teammates. I'm here for the Phillies organization. And who cares about what happened 50 years ago? You weren't even born, so you shouldn't be talking about it because you weren't born." Pete was given a lifetime ban from baseball, which has now been lifted, for betting on games. But he was given special permission by the commissioner's office to appear at that Phillies event that day. Major League Baseball and the Phillies didn't return a request for comment. The accusation of underage sex against Rose came out in 2017, a lawsuit that he filed against John Dowd, who had led the investigation into Rose's gambling. It stemmed from remarks that Dowd made on a radio program claiming that Pete Rose had sex with 12 to 14-year-old girls. In testimony from that case, an unidentified woman said, "Yeah, I had sex with Pete Rose when I was under 16. Rose responded that he believed she was 16 at the time, the age of consent in Ohio. He never faced any charges for any of this. But, you know, Pete Rose, after a long career, more hits than any other player in Major League history. And somebody made this comment about it. Pete Rose is right about one thing he said today. It's been 55 years since the reported inappropriate relationships, and times have changed. It's no longer acceptable to call a reporter babe." And he also said he went to that reporter that he referred to as babe and said, Will you forgive me for saying that if I sign 1,000 baseballs for you before saying sorry? What a turd. Boner candidate number 3. That's right. I'm dragging Pete Rose out of the grave and nominating him for a richly deserved boner.
All right, let's review the first 2 and vote.
Number 1, hey, the cook put bacon on the man's sandwich. It was an unwanted and unpleasant surprise, and that's why the man went home and got a gun and came back and shot the cook. Boner candidate number 2, we want your kids' teeth to rot and fall out of their mouths. So, fluoride being removed from the water here in Utah, fluoride being removed, is, you know that's going to start happening in other places where there is fluoride.
Because of RFK.
And so you can turn to fluoride supplements. And
that's
drops.
What they kept saying. Yeah.
Well, maybe not, because the Health and Human Services is going to ban it.
And they're trying to get it out of the toothpaste, too.
Yeah. And boner candidate number 3, that's right, I'm dragging Pete Rose from his grave and nominating him for a richly deserved boner.
All right. Let's get to voting. Here we go. 1, 2, or 3. Which one do you think is the worst of these 3 candidates? Which one deserves to be boner of the day? 1, 2, or 3? Put that single digit, the one that you think should win, candidate number, in the message of a text. Text that to 33986. Or call Katie in the producer's booth at 877-602-9696. Or go online, x96.com. Look for the box that says Boner of the Day, May 14, 2025. Click and vote. If you don't see that box, refresh your browser. It'll appear. Click and vote. You got 4.5 minutes to get your vote in, so let's go. After we award Boner of the Day, the phone lines will be wide open for your questions for Dr. Cobble. He's the human doctor. I don't mean that he is a human. He doctors humans.
And he's human.
And he is a human.
Yes. So that's coming up. Get your questions ready. Okay. Oh, yes, Tracy Aviary.
The boys.
The birds are up. They start waking up at right about sunrise.
Yeah.
And if you walk by Tracy Aviary, you can hear them. It's always very pleasant. And it's even more pleasant when you're in Tracy Aviary. 589 East, 1300 South, the southwest corner of Liberty Park. Go to tracyaviary.org for all the information. Get your tickets there. $1 from every ticket sold goes to Tracy Aviary's Conservation Fund. They're contributing more than $120,000 each year to conservation work in Utah and worldwide through the fund. It's just beautiful in there. Interactive bird shows, keeper demonstrations, animal encounters, behind-the-scenes exhibit tours, over a dozen nature play opportunities, exploring 8 acres of themed exhibits and botanical gardens. If you haven't been there in a while, you should go because it's always changing. They're always adding something new and wonderful to it. So learn more, plan your visit, tracyaviary.org.
X96.
Time to award Boner of the Day.
And the Boner of the Day is brought to you in part by a crunchy rice edamame and cabbage salad.
And Stubbs Dental, award-winning services, life-changing results. Visit stubbsdental.com to book your appointment now.
Well, for heaven's sakes. I mean,
yes,
people just don't. They just are really, at least the people who listen to this show, are very upset about all of this Kennedy stuff.
Well,
so this technically is him winning again today.
Yeah,
yeah.
It's 2 in a row. Isn't it?
180 votes, just annihilated the competition.
Yep.
I kind of thought Pete Rose would do pretty well, even though he's dead. I don't. We must have nominated him for a boner sometime in the past.
Oh yeah, long time ago. But there you go. That's number 2. Is the Boner of the Day for today, May 14, 2025. Now qualified to be Boner of the Week. Is this sponsored, Gina?
It should be.
Well, it should.
877-602-9696 is the number. You can call and ask a medical doctor, questions. Dr. Michael Cobble is with us. Good morning, Dr. Cobble.
Good morning.
We're talking about, call and ask your questions, 877-602-9696, or you can text questions if you like, 33986. We were just talking about fluoride, taking it out of the water, and now Health and Human Services is not going to even let you have the option of having fluoride in supplements or in toothpaste.
Yeah. I don't know. It's the twilight zone of healthcare.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, you don't know what to say to this ridiculousness.
It just doesn't it makes no sense.
Yeah.
I don't get it.
I have a question not about fluoride, Dr. Cobble. My daughter is supposed to be having surgery tomorrow on her sinuses.
Oh.
But she has a cold.
Uh-oh.
And we're going to have her pre-op appointment today, but I'm wondering what the odds are that they're going to tell us they won't do the surgery if she has a cold.
If she's not running a fever, she probably can still have it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I mean, if it's just a runny nose stuff, I don't think they're going to worry about that too much.
Well, that's good news. Because she has planned her summer life around having this surgery tomorrow, and if we had to move it, it was going to just wreck her plans.
She won't be able to get any swimming in.
Yeah. Do you think she has a cold, or do you think it's just allergies? Because allergies have been terrible in the last 3 weeks.
On the same question. I guess they wouldn't postpone surgery for allergies.
No, and you wouldn't be able to do any surgery in Utah.
Ever.
Yeah.
Never.
Okay, thank you.
Why do you have to have surgery on your sinuses?
Oh, I mean, that's
Are they
a long.
too small? Or?
I mean, kind of. Yeah, they're not. They're just going to go in and open them up. She just gets constant sinus infections, and they just need to go in and roto-rooter it out, I guess.
Oh, that'll be fun for her, won't it? 877-602-9696, or you can text questions for Dr. Cobble. Let's see, do we have any text questions?
We got a text question here. Let's see. My girlfriend and I both have rashes that started on our ribs and inner arm and has spread to most of our bodies.
Uh-oh.
She went to the doctor, was told that it is most likely shingles. Damn this text program. And it's most likely shingles. Is it possible for this to spread from one person to another?
Oh.
I think it's from pulling weeds over the weekend. It must be some kind of poison ivy.
Yeah, it sounds more likely a contact dermatitis of some kind from pollen or plants products. But shingles is always one side of the body. It's not contagious by topical contact.
Mm.
And so I think if it's, inner arms and ribs on both sides of the body and you both have it, it's from pollen or fertilizer. It's something you came into contact out working in the yard.
Mm.
And your best option to treat that would be, calamine lotion, cortisone lotion, Benadryl, those types of things.
Okay. 877-602-9696. Here's another text question. Any recommendations for plantar fasciitis?
No.
Tried socks, shoes, braces, wraps, rolling balls, soaking, etc. Tried all those things, and apparently it's not helping.
Yeah, I mean, nonsteroidal anti-inflammatories are helpful. Physical therapy is amazing, and then typically ice in the evening and heat in the morning, and probably wearing a 90-degree ankle brace at night so you're keeping that foot at the 90 degree.
I've had that before.
And then, yeah, that would help. But a physical therapist could direct all of that and would resolve it probably in 3 to 6 weeks.
All right. Here's another text question. As far as eating disorders are concerned, let's see. Binge eating, food addiction seems to be overlooked, and nobody takes me seriously when I try to talk about it. Besides counseling and therapy, what are other treatment options?
Yeah, that's hard because eating disorders are typically in the spectrum of psychiatric illness, and all addiction disorders are. And by that, I mean, typically it's great to have cognitive behavioral therapy and counseling and supportive structures in place, but typically those people are going to need some kind of antidepressant or anxiolytic or mood stabilizer, some kind of medication that's going to help the part of the brain that has been conditioned to be addicted to some kind of product. And people with eating disorders typically have a body distortion disorder, so they, in some regard, they see themselves differently. And, you know, they might be 90 pounds and think they're 300 pounds. And so, again, it's a central nervous system disorder, and typically some kind of psychiatry medication or psychiatry help is remarkably important.
All right. Well, we'll start to take your phone calls after these messages, 877-602-9696, if you have a question for Dr. Cobble, or you can text it 33986.
Hang on the line, Tammy. We'll get to you.
Multi-vehicle crash, I-15 southbound at the I-84 split in Riverdale, has cars on both sides of the freeway. Traffic backed into Ogden. Heavy rain is also keeping traffic very slow. We're like partly cloudy here in Salt Lake, but I guess up north they're getting quite a bit of rain so far this morning. So that's wet roads, standing water. Make sure you give yourself space and make sure the lights are on. And if you see something, you can text us 33986.
KXRK Provo. We'll take a break. We'll be back with Dr. Cobble after these. 877-602-9696. BigOTires.com.
They are the team you trust, don't you know?
They're so fast.
Yep. Yes, they are. Big O Tires. They did the healthy car special for my car there at the place on 2nd East and South Temple. And I think it took them just under an hour. I was there and I just sat and read my book.
They check all kinds of things when they do that.
Yeah, they do the oil change, the tire rotation, alignment check, and brake check, battery check, and they reset the little light, the little needs maintenance light. You know, so Big O Tires right now, you can get $120 off select sets of 4 tires now through May 26th. And just go in and get to know the guys at your local Big O Tire store. And when you need new tires, there's no better place to go than Big O. They have all different brands of tires, the lowest price on every tire every day. I like the Big O brand tire myself and have that on both of my cars. So find a location near you. Just go to BigOTires.com. They are the team you trust.
Coming up on
You want to play that list thing, because it is a list.
It is a list?
Yeah.
Officially?
I wasn't sure if it was a list or not, so yeah, there we go.
It's from BuzzFeed. So.
All right.
It's Radio from Hell with another list, because people love a good list. X96.
Everyone has a go-to drink order at bars. But what does your favorite drink say about you?
Can I just give you my drink and you tell me?
Let's see if it's on here. Go ahead.
Old-fashioned.
I don't recall that an old-fashioned is on here. Do you have a second choice? Oh, wait, no, there it is.
Oh.
Old-fashioned, number 13. Old-fashioned, and this is according to bartenders.
Okay.
Old-fashioned drinkers rarely know jack S about cocktails.
Wow.
But it's a cheap way to pretend that you do. Either someone who knows their booze really well or not at all, they want to look sophisticated.
No,
so those
I
are two
don't care
sides of it.
how I look.
Well, that's
and
obvious.
I like...
What's
and
yours?
Need booze.
I like the taste of it.
Well, see, here's the thing. I don't go in every bar with the same...
Oh, you have different drinks for different...
It depends on the bar that I'm at.
All right.
And a lot of times, if you're in a bar that doesn't look like they would even be able to do an old-fashioned, you want to keep it simple.
So what would you order?
So I go vodka rocks with a lemon.
They don't... I don't think that's on
That's
here.
not in here?
No.
You
vodka.
have to have a mixed drink?
There's a vodka martini.
Because, see, what I'll do is, if I'm not trustworthy of the bar or the bartender, I go vodka rocks with a lemon. But if I'm going into a bar that specializes in cocktails,
what would you order?
Then I ask the bartender what I should have.
Oh,
You're
is
not
that...
helping the
I
list
know,
here.
I'm no help at all.
Cosmo.
Cosmo.
A Cosmopolitan. Yes, that's on here.
I'll do a Cosmo.
I can
Why
find
not?
it. Let's see. It's, I know I saw it. Old-fashioned Cosmo. Oh, there it is. Cosmopolitan. This person, again, this is according to bartender. This person is almost certainly a pain in the ass.
Probably.
Almost certain.
I believe that,
certainly.
yeah.
Almost certain.
You want a couple of others? Let's see.
Sure.
What's your drink?
Well, it's not on here. I would order a gin martini, and it's not on here. That's my kind of go-to. Let's see. We'll just go back up to the top of the list. I like this one. This is number 6. Tequila shot.
Okay.
If you order a tequila shot,
You're a woo girl.
no.
That's what you want.
Well, sort of.
Yeah.
The bartender says, "I don't have to go to work tomorrow." That's the drinker who has
funny.
That's a woo girl.
tequila shot. Yep. Let's see. Margarita.
Okay.
Old ladies that want to party usually start with margaritas.
I've been known to
that's
order
sorta
a margarita.
The vodka martini. These are fancy drunks.
Carrie, you're kind of a fancy drunk.
I am, yeah.
Long Island iced tea.
Oh, well,
Long Island iced teas rarely get tips.
Yep.
And they almost always are asked to make it strong. It's nearly an entire cup of liquor. How the F am I supposed to make it stronger?
It's
Exactly.
just someone who wants to get drunk
Yeah,
as
that-
quickly as possible.
Efficiency.
That's the next one. It says it's somebody who just wants to get drunk real quick.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see. How about I don't even know what Fernet is. Do you know?
Yes,
Fernet.
it's sparkling.
It's like a aperitif.
Isn't it?
So if
Am
you
I
ask
thinking
for
of the right thing?
I hate them. My sister likes
If you ask for a shot of Fernet,
Yeah.
it says, "I'm from San Francisco.
Yeah, it's a fancy thing.
I spent a year in Europe."
Yeah.
Any kind of fruity frozen drink. Fruity or frozen drinks are typically ordered by new drinkers.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Well, they're gateway cocktails.
Scotch and water. You're over 50 with heart issues.
Why do you have heart issues? Because you drink scotch.
The Negroni, which I hate. God, they're awful.
Well, my husband likes Negroni.
Hipster.
Like Marcia and Santaquin did. She said, "Thank you, Dr. Cobble. My plantar fasciitis is feeling better already." In Santaquin.
Santaquin.
Perfect.
Plantar fasciitis it's awful. I had it for a while, and
Yeah.
it just, God, it hurts. Let's see, we have some phone calls for Dr. Cobble, and there are lines available as well. 877-602-9696 is the number.
All right, let's go to Tammy first.
Hi, Tammy.
Hi, guys. Listen, I've had a pain on the left side of my groin off and on for about a month, and I'm wondering if it may involve a lymph node and if it's worth going to the urgent care because my gyno visits are so far out, it's ridiculous.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think it's unreasonable to go to urgent care and have them check it out, but there's so many different things that could be down there. I think it's been a month. You ought to have somebody look at it.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's
Okay.
Yeah. You said it's been a month, Tammy?
Yeah, off and on.
Is it swollen or just?
I can't tell. I don't think it's swollen.
Yeah, it can't hurt to get it checked.
Yeah,
Go
always
get
a good
it
idea.
checked
Always a
out.
good idea.
Okay, thanks.
All right,
Take care,
Tammy. Thank
Tammy.
you.
Thank you.
I will. Thank you.
It's our nicest listener,
It's
Tammy.
true.
Bill, I know you wanted to go into more detail there.
Well,
877-602-9696 is the number to call. Let's go to Maggie.
Hi, Maggie.
Hi there. Thanks for letting me listen.
Yeah, what's up?
So last night, I talk funny because my lip is swollen. But last night I went to Chick-fil-A. I brought it home, and I eat Chick-fil-A all the time. But I ordered their pineapple dragon fruit drink, and I've never had dragon fruit. And I'm wondering if that's what made my lips swell. And I only took 3 sips, and I'm glad I didn't drink more because it didn't go to my throat or anything. But so it's been 12 hours. Is there anything I can do? I've taken Benadryl liquid gels. It's down a little bit, but not very much. It's just my upper lip.
Interesting.
Yeah, there's obviously something in there that you're allergic to, and I would avoid that again in the future. My daughter, for example, is allergic to monk fruit.
Monk fruit.
So I think there's some ingredient in there. The Benadryl, if you do it every 4 hours, as long as you're not having shortness of breath or difficulty breathing, I think you can manage it with over-the-counter type products. But you're probably going to have to do either cetirizine 10 milligrams 2 or 3 times a day, or the diphenhydramine Benadryl 25 milligrams every 4 hours. If you're having shortness of breath, then that's an urgent care emergency room type visit. But I think it'll be resolved in probably 24 to 36 hours. But I would avoid that pineapple fruit drink again.
Did it taste good?
Yeah, was it?
It was delicious.
The three sips you had were good.
That's too bad because you'd like some more, but now you can't have it.
All right. Well,
Yeah.
All right.
Thanks, Maggie.
Thank you.
Okay, thank you.
All
Bye.
right. 877-602-9696. That would suck.
Yeah.
Find something you really like and then find out you're
I'm
allergic.
Walnuts occasionally, not all the time, but I'll eat walnuts and it'll make the inside of my mouth get all tingly and weird.
I encounter people all the time who are allergic to this or that, and I guess I'm just damn
You've
lucky.
never had any
I've
of
never
that.
had that.
Well, you're allergic to work.
Oh, besides that, listen, I sneeze whenever I'm here. I don't sneeze at home, but I
You're
sneeze
allergic
here.
to work, yeah.
Let's see. For Dr. Cobble, I've been recovering from sepsis after having surgical complications 1 month ago. I still get a racing heart just walking around the block. How long should I wait before I can safely go back to the gym?
No, that's a tough question because that could be based on other medical illnesses a person has and their age, et cetera. But I think that if you are having a rapid heart rate without chest pain or shortness of breath, then I probably would see your primary care doctor or cardiologist and see if there's something else going on with the lungs or the heart in that particular situation. But again, that's such a complicated question, and I hate to give not a good answer for that. I had sepsis after surgery 30 years ago, and it took me 4 to 6 months before I kind of got back to normal.
Really?
So, you lose 25% of your muscle mass or muscle strength in just 10 to 14 days of a serious illness. And again, if you're not having chest pain or shortness of breath with it, then I think that it's probably not something serious. But they might talk about beta blockers or different kind of medicines to prevent that reactive tachycardia from the heart. But I think it's worth seeing one of your clinicians and see.
Yeah, it's a long, difficult recovery from sepsis. It's our own Ed Brass. He still says he feels terrible.
Yeah.
It's like 3 months now. All right.
Yeah, I think it'll be 6 months before you're kind of feeling close to back to normal.
Yeah.
Let's go to Katie.
Hello, Katie. What's your question?
Well, last night I went to make dinner and the cheese smelled pretty bad. And I realized I had fed it to my boyfriend on Friday night. And it has been expired for a month.
Oh.
A month?
And it's shredded cheese, and he's been sick.
He has been sick.
So he has been, but he also drinks a lot, and he's usually sick on Mondays anyway.
Oh, boy.
He's still sick.
Yikes.
And I really don't want to tell him, but I think I might have to.
I gave you some bad cheese.
Yeah, stinky cheese. Yeah, I don't.
It
I
smells
don't know
pretty
if
bad.
I can tell him.
Like, I don't really want to tell him. He's gonna be like, "You're trying to poison me."
I mean, you didn't intentionally try to poison him.
No, I did not.
Think, for food poisoning of any product, whether it's a dairy product like you're describing, I think that where I'd be really worried if somebody had fevers or chills or black or bloody bowel movements or, or they. So I think it's something that seems very serious. Then there may be a bacterial infection that they need to see an urgent care or a clinician to be treated for. But most of the time, food poisoning will run its course and not be life-threatening. But again, I think if he really looks sicker than normal, because it sounds like he has some bouts of illness over the weekends. If he's looking sicker than normal, go to the emergency room.
I was
right away.
so excited to introduce him to the new Radio from Hell cheese lager that we were getting ready to roll out. He likes to drink. So
Hey, thanks for the call, Katie.
Thank you.
Bye. Yeah, I don't.
Wow.
Food poisoning. A lot of people they say they have food poisoning, but I suspect it's not food poisoning. I don't know why.
It's from Dr. Allred.
All right.
Dr. Cobble, thank you very much.
Thank you. Have a great week.
See you tomorrow.
I'll see you tomorrow, Bill.
Yeah.
Yes. Bye-bye.
Bring your stinky cheese with you.
Okay. Thank you. All right, traffic, Cheetah, please.
A multi-vehicle crash, I-15 southbound at the I-84 split in Riverdale, has cars on both sides of the freeway. Traffic backed into Ogden. Heavy rain is also keeping traffic very slow. They're still having some of that up north. We're just not down here. We've got blue sky in Salt Lake, so if you can make it this far, you get out of the rain, I think. Whatever else you're seeing, please feel free to share it with us. You can text it in. 33986 is where you do that. See movies on the big screen at Broadway Center Cinemas before sunrise, and the 1997 classic Titanic are playing this weekend. Get tickets and showtimes at slfstix.org.
Thank you very much. Beat Gina coming up after these messages and a song. The song is not only If You Know, You Know, but it's an On This Day coming up. But Beat Gina on the way. What is our prize for Beat Gina?
Tickets to see Youngblood August 26th at the Union Events Center.
You will see Youngblood, 877-602-9696. All you got to do is play Beat Gina after these messages and a song. 877-602.
It's often said that people of Utah speak a language all their own. It's a language that's often confusing and even incomprehensible to newcomers here in the Beehive State. So, Radio from Hell presents a handy guide to help everyone understand how the natives speak. It's the Utah word of the day, and today's word is...
Denture, D-E-N-T-U-R-E, denture. And now we're pleased once again to welcome to the show Dawn Griddle.
Excuse me, ma'am. It's Criddle.
What's Criddle?
My name. It's Criddle, not Griddle. In your introduction there, you called me Don Griddle instead of Don Criddle. I'm Don Criddle, Marimona, Utah.
Apologies. We are pleased to welcome to the show Don Criddle. Mr. Criddle is the mayor of Mona, Utah, and he will use our Utah word of the day as he delivers to us Mona Community Notes. Mr. Mayor, if you please.
Thank you. Hello. I'm Don Criddle, Marimona, Utah, and this is Mona Community Notes. And with me today is my boy Denver Criddle. He gets off school today because it's a Mona holiday.
Howdy, folks. I'm Denver Criddle, the son of the mayor of Mona, Don Griddle.
Denver.
Sorry, Dave. I just thought it was pretty funny when that lady said your name was Griddle. I just laughed and laughed and laughed. I bet the folks listening to us right now thought it was funny, too. I bet they just laughed and laughed and laughed.
Denver, why don't you tell everybody what today's Mona holiday celebration is?
Okie dokie, Daddy. It is
Burl Ives Day today in Mona.
That's right. And do you know why it's Burl Ives Day?
No, Daddy, I don't even know what a Burl Ives is. Is it some kind of bush or shrub or something like that? Oh, no, I bet it's an animal, a rabbit, a breed of dog or something like that. Am I right, Daddy?
Burl Ives was a man, Denver. He was a singer. And one day, I think just back in the 30s, Burl Ives was passing through the town of Mona. And he stopped and he sang a song for folks. A song that was so dirty, the mayor of Mona back then had him thrown in jail. And we celebrate the day because it represents the fact that Mona City has and always will do the right thing.
What was the dirty song, Daddy?
Well, it was called Foggy, Foggy Dew. And it's about an old guy who is a weaver and this young girl who's afraid of the bugaboo. But see, old Burl, he changed it to Foggy, Foggy Dew, with the dew part being this young lady's innocent. Well, oh, hell, Denver. That's all I can tell you because, well, it's just too dirty for a young woman.
Is it more dirty than that there once was an old hermit named Dave poem I heard you say once?
I told you to forget about that, Denver.
Oh, that's right. That's okie dokie, Daddy. I'm going to forget it right now.
You better forget it. I told you at the time you overheard that poem, you should forget it. And if you didn't, I told you I'd give you a whack that'd dent your head.
I've been trying, Daddy, but I keep thinking about that hermit named Dave and what he had in his cave.
Denver, I'll dent your head. Now, enough. We got to go downtown for the parade. I'm the Grand Marshal, and we are riding on the Burl Ives float.
Join us again some other time as we examine how the Utah natives speak with the Utah Word of the Day.
My favorite follows on Instagram is Rachel's SLC History. Her name's Rachel Quist, and she does a whole Instagram page about history of Salt Lake, and she'll post really cool old pictures of Salt Lake and tell you stories about buildings and stuff.
Okay.
I read this one this morning, and if you go to x96.com/live, there's a picture associated with it.
Oh, there it is.
Here is the story. About 1900, the year 1900, a rumor emerged of an alligator living in Salt Lake City sewers.
What?
Salt Lake Hot Springs Sanitarium was a bathhouse, swimming pool, and spa that used hot spring water piped in from Beck's Hot Spring.
It's where the Children's Museum
No.
is, isn't it?
It was at 52 West Broadway, now the location of Broadway Media. The Salt Lake City Hot Springs Sanitarium was right here.
So wait, we have a spring under it?
Yeah, somewhere.
Under the building?
In April 1902, a young man from the telephone company was sent to fix the phone lines in the basement of the sanitarium. This building.
Well, not this
What
building,
used to
but
be here,
what used to stand on this site.
He was deep in the back of the dimly lit basement near a long tunnel that encased the water lines connecting the sanitarium with the Beck's Hot Spring about 2 miles away. He suddenly heard a curious sound and caught a glimpse of a monstrous animal scurrying back into the tunnel. The man's hair stood up. He immediately scrambled out of the basement. The animal turned out to be an alligator named Jim.
Jim the alligator.
Who'd been living in the sanitarium's basement and water system for the past 2 years. Jim was originally part of an exhibition of 3 juvenile alligators in the front window of the sanitarium in 1899, right downstairs. Once the alligators became too large and no longer cute, they were disposed of. One was killed. Another was sold to the U of U's biology department. This one died 4 months later. His brain and skin are preserved up at the U, apparently. The story told to reporters was that Jim was found to be listless and supposedly dead, so he was thrown into the basement of the sanitarium.
Poor Jim.
The management denied any knowledge that Jim was alive and blamed its employees who left lunch scraps in the basement for those who must have unknowingly kept the gator alive. Regardless of how Jim became a resident of the basement and the water systems of the sanitarium, it's unknown what happened to him after he was found out. Supposedly, management of the sanitarium organized a posse to search him out and dispose of him.
Okay, well, the alligator thing is interesting, but I'm still fascinated about whether we have hot springs underneath our building. And if that's the case, why did we plug them up?
Well, they said they were piping them in from 2 miles away from a hot spring.
Oh, well, then see, that's what they were coming from.
From that
area,
same...
because there are
hot springs.
They're mostly capped now, but every once in a while you used to be able to see steam rising from them.
Isn't that cool? You should really follow her because she has all these really cool old pictures of buildings downtown.
Well, this gives me an idea that our new mascot is a gator named Jim.
That is really a crappy looking building, I gotta say.
Yeah,
I mean, the sulfur baths.
It's it's the sort of place that. Are there people looking out of the window there on the first floor?
Oh, I don't know.
It's a ghost! I can't tell. It could be a curtain.
So Rachel-SLC-history. You should follow her.
Jim, the X96 alligator.
Sure, why not?
I love this idea. It's a new mascot for us. Because on this day, in 1994...
Was this the Crow soundtrack?
The movie The Crow was released in theaters. And the best thing about that movie is the soundtrack.
100%.
And that one's Nine Inch Nails, a cover of a Joy Division song.
Yep.
If you know, you know. All right. Is this a sponsored feature?
Yes, X96 welcomes Youngblood August 26th to the Union Events Center. This is going to be a win it before you can buy it because tickets don't go on sale until Friday. Get more information at x96.com.
Thank you.
Well, hustle up a little energy, why don't you? Search your soul for a little interest. Just pretend you care and jump on the Beat Gina bandwagon. Well, we admit there's no band on the bandwagon, so there's plenty of room for you in the Beat Gina parade. I'm your announcer, Johnny Ola. Mom, to fight polio, keep your kids' hands really clean with Lava hand soap. Public health experts say that clean hands are more important than clean feet because hands may carry polio infection into the body through the mouth. Ordinary soap misses much dirt, but Lava gets hands truly clean lightning fast. Lava uses volcanic pumice that will loosen and rout out ground-in dirt.
Yes.
During the polio month, all hands need Lava soap, the good gray bar with the snowy clean-up lather. And now, here he is, a man who has no need to wash his hands because somehow they're just always squeaky clean.
Indeed.
Your host, Kerry Jackson.
Thank you, Johnny Ola, professional game show announcer. I miss Lava soap.
With pumice.
I guess you can still get it.
Can you?
I think.
Oh, I didn't think they made it anymore.
It's and polio month. I think there is a month that it was.
Well,
particularly when the epidemic was.
Well, it was during the summer because people would get it when they went to the pool.
Yeah.
That's.
All right.
But now we have a vaccine.
Yes.
Oh wait, but let's not politicize Beat Gina.
No, we got the news coming up after Beat Gina. Well, there's some politics in the questions, but
by the way, I've been offered a position in the Trump administration.
I'm not surprised. Matt is here. Matt, are you here?
Yes, I am.
All right, let's toss a coin to see who goes first. It will give you the advantage in the game. You call it heads or tails.
Tails.
All right, let's see what happens. It is heads.
Oh, you're going to have to work for these Youngblood tickets.
That means Gina gets the first question. She goes first. She answers the question on her own with no distractions from you. She gets to answer it on her own. And if she gets it correct, she gets the point. If not, I'll give you the same question. You answer it correctly. You'll steal Gina's point away. We'll go back and forth till one of you gets 3 points. I've got some leftover questions here. We got a couple of Martin Short trivia questions left.
All right.
Get those off the table. Matt, Martin Short. What did
Gina.
Oh, it's Gina. Yeah. I'm so used to you losing. I'm sorry. Gina, what did Martin Short go to school for and plan to pursue before his acting career?
Okay.
Is it 1, tailor? Is it 2, mortician? Is it 3, social worker? Or was it 4, concertmaster for the Hamilton Philharmonic Orchestra?
Social worker.
Social worker is correct.
Point for Gina. And now we go to Matt.
Matt, what was Martin Short's first acting job? His first acting job. Was it 1, the title role in his grade school's production of Othello? Was it 2, played a giant Visa card in a TV commercial? Was it 3, dressed as a rat in an Orkin pest control commercial? Or 4, 1877 cars for kids? 1877.
I'm going to say option 2.
Played a giant Visa card.
There you go.
In a TV commercial.
1-1. Back to Gina.
Well, we got some Orson Welles trivia.
Sure, why not?
We got to get rid of this stuff. One of Orson Welles' many talents was what?
Okay.
He was not just a fabulous filmmaker and actor. Was it 1, a painter? 2, a sculptor? 3, genetically unable to get brain freeze? I can chug an entire slushy without consequence. Or was it 4, lead singer in the metal band Horse Attack?
I don't know why he strikes me as a sculptor, but I'm going to say sculptor.
Strikes you as a sculptor.
No.
Terribly
Matt.
I'm going to say option 3.
Genetically unable to get brain
come
freeze.
on,
He
Matt.
can chug an entire slushy without a consequence.
Oh, geez.
You want to
Matt.
rethink that, Matt?
Yeah, let's go with option 4.
Lead singer of the metal band
Okay,
Horse
go.
Attack. Matt,
Don't-
you're not paying
don't
attention
get in
at
there.
all.
I'm sorry, I'm driving.
Too late.
Too late.
Too late, Matt.
Okay.
He was a painter. A painter.
Okay, Matt still controls the question, though.
All right, Matt. Orson Welles died doing what? Is it 1, they clocked him at 175 miles per hour before he crashed his Harley? Was it 2, died of a heart attack caused by a combination of factors, including prescription drug use and chronic constipation? He was found unconscious in the bathroom at his Graceland mansion. Is it 3, sleeping in his bed? Or 4, typing notes on a typewriter in the middle of the night?
I'm going to say 4.
Correct.
All right, that's 2-1. Matt's favor. To Gina now for a tie.
Gina?
Yes.
Orson Welles directed which adaptation of what Shakespeare play?
Okay.
Is it 1, A Midsummer Night's Dream? Is it 2, Hamlet? Is it 3, The Taming of the Shrew, but with more shrews? Or 4, Do Your Mother Knoweth You Weareth Her Drapes?
I don't know this. I'm going to say Hamlet.
Hamlet, eh?
No? Ugh.
Matt, you could win.
What were the options again?
Oh, come on, Matt.
Option 1, I think.
Option 1 is
one.
correct.
You win,
Midsummer
Matt.
Night's Dream. I'm tired of playing with you, Matt.
Yes, nice, Matt. You win. Hang on the line, and Katie will tell you how to get your prize.
Yes.
Young blood tickets.
Please.
All right. Listen, I've got to go home. I've got to go home. My pet pangolin has a vet appointment.
Really?
Yeah.
They're so cute, those
I have a pangolin.
They
yeah.
are kind of cute. All right. Big boy news now, brought to you by.
Dive into Shark Summer at Clark Planetarium. Experience the jaw-dropping IMAX film Shark Kingdom. Grab limited edition shark gear. Explore shark-themed fun for the whole family. It all starts Memorial Day weekend and runs all summer. Don't miss it. Adventure is circled.
The Office is getting a spin-off series. It's called The Paper, and it'll premiere in September. It's a fictional documentary crew that'll be the same style as The Office. And they will embed with a local newspaper called The Truth Teller. The struggling newspaper is led by a publisher who wants to revive it. It's Oscar Nunez who will be the star of that. The Oscar from the.
But he's not Oscar. This is a different character.
I guess yeah.
Well, if it's a spin-off, it could be
Yeah, I
the
mean,
same
maybe it is
character.
Oscar.
Maybe it is Oscar. It says original The Office actor Oscar Nunez will star in the series. Produced by Greg Daniels and Michael Coman, so, could be good. Show us what you've got, as Terry always says.
Exactly.
Several eye drop products are being voluntarily recalled due to manufacturing issues that may pose a potential health risk. The distributor of these products, AvCare, that's AvKare, said it was notified that BRS Analytical Service is recalling 5 types of lubricant and ophthalmic solutions after the FDA audit found deviations from current good manufacturing practices. No specific injuries or illnesses have been reported, but the company says it can't rule out risk to patients due to possible quality concerns. The affected products include artificial tears ophthalmic solution, carbomethylcellulose sodium ophthalmic gel, carbomethylcellulose sodium ophthalmic solution, lubricant eye drop solution, and polyvinyl alcohol ophthalmic solution. Those all seem to be very specific products. So I guess if you have them, They didn't say what brand names they were sold under. That's the problem.
Yeah, and they should.
Yeah, the distributor didn't say which brand names they were sold under, but
because nobody's going to know any of that stuff.
Some of it you might. Look on the bottle of your eye drops and see. But a federal judge in Pennsylvania ruled that the United States can use the Alien Enemies Act to fast-track the deportation of accused Venezuelan gang members in what appears to be the first court ruling that backs the Trump administration's interpretation of the 1798 law. Judge Stephanie Haynes of the U.S. District Court for Western District of Pennsylvania ruled that Trump has the authority to declare the Venezuelan gang Tren de Aragua a foreign terrorist organization.
Okay.
And deport its members under the Alien Enemies Act. But you got to prove that they're the gang members.
Which is what,
Exactly.
But you got to
have a hearing,
not
with
just say,
evidence,
not
and
just
proof.
say, I know these guys are gang members. Get them out of here.
No.
She made the ruling in court papers in the case of a Venezuelan man identified as ASR. Judge Haynes did not rule whether ASR was a member of the gang, but said that people like him must be given more. So she says he needs to be given more opportunity to challenge his deportation. Go ahead and use the act, but make sure that you do things.
You've got to have due process.
Let's see. This is 160. Gene, you sent me this. 162 seniors at Davis High School have a really tough decision. They had their AP calculus tests invalidated after a balloon set off a fire alarm. The alarm?
This is so hard. Those AP tests are brutal. And
the alarm went off while the students were taking the test, and afterwards they were told they couldn't finish it. They were given 3 options: submit the test, and a lot of them, they're about 10% done is all. Take the test while the rest of the class walks across the graduation stage, or take the test a week after graduation, which is 2 weeks after they say they have to return to their study materials or have to return their study materials. There's got to be another option here.
So the way the AP tests work is everybody across the country takes them at the same time. Like it's like this even playing field kind of thing. So I would hope they would make some other exception for them.
You would
to
think
do it,
they could.
It's a very stressful time for kids, and you need to know because a lot of schools will give you college credit if you pass that test. That's why you take them. You can take care of some of your requirements for college. So
now, Gina, you must have seen this. We hadn't talked about it, but Eric and Lyle Menendez will have a new shot at freedom after 35 years behind bars for murdering their parents, a judge ruled. Los Angeles County Superior Court Judge Michael Jessic reduced the brothers' sentences from life without parole to 50 years to life.
So all that means is
They're
now
eligible.
they're eligible.
They're eligible for parole under California's youthful offender law because they committed the crime under the age of 26. The state parole board must still decide whether to release them from prison. People speaking for them were their attorneys, obviously, but many family members.
And Rosie O'Donnell, for some reason, she's like best friends with It must be Eric. I can't, but like she talks to him on the phone all the time, and
That's bizarre.
yeah.
I don't. Well, I don't care for that.
You don't like Rosie O'Donnell talking to the Menendez brothers?
I didn't like her talking to Deborah Vance either. It made me mad. I was watching Hacks.
I was going to
last
say
night.
that's not a real thing. That's
a federal magistrate has already warned Trump lawyer Alina Habba about unprofessional conduct. Shockingly, Trump's lawyer, acting on U.S. Attorney Alina Habba, has already been warned she needs to act like a federal lawyer if she wants to play one on TV. Habba has been speaking out of turn about ongoing investigation. Last week, Newark Mayor Raz Baraka was arrested at an ICE detention facility in the city after he and 3 Democratic members of Congress visited the complex. Baraka said he and the lawmakers were allowed into the facility. They were there for an hour. No one told him to leave. Ultimately, he was arrested by federal agents. Shortly afterward, Alina Habba, the top prosecutor for the District of New Jersey, she was put there by Trump, I guess, posted about the arrest on social media and phoned into Fox News. More than once, he refused to leave. He was put under arrest inside the facility. He walked out when he was told he was under arrest, and then he was cuffed, she said. And she accused Baraka and the lawmakers of grandstanding. None of that happened.
They're grandstanding.
You're grandstanding.
None of that happened.
None of that happened.
And so she has been warned by her authorities to you better not be acting like. But listen to another story about her. She was accused of behavior that should have had her disbarred. She had settled the claim for the unlawful lawyerly conduct with a woman that she tricked. The claim is that Alina Habba tricked a Trump Golf Club employee into a terrible settlement, then ran and hid. Habba pretended to be Alice Blanco's friend, and then got her to fire her lawyer and use Habba, who disappeared at the critical moment and ghosted her. Habba is paying an undisclosed amount of money in a lawsuit that was filed against her. It's a wonder she wasn't disbarred.
Wow.
Alina Habba is paying out an undisclosed sum to settle a claim filed by a former employee of the former president who said Habba tricked her into signing a non-disclosure agreement to cover up sexual harassment. Habba settled the case with Alice Bianco, a former waitress at Trump's golf club, who claimed that the lawyer deceived her into accepting a hush money agreement that paid her $15,000 to keep quiet about the alleged harassment. This is a really top-notch person, Alina
Well, I mean,
Habba.
and naturally Trump would use her. You know?
Well, because she's pretty.
These are the kind of people that he surrounds himself with.
And that's about it. Except, well, this woman in Florida, she moves into this brand new home, expect everything to work. But Patty Wood moved into her home on Apollo Beach, Florida last year, and she said, I paid a lot of money for this house. The plumbing should work. She says she can't flush toilet paper without it clogging up the pipes. She says that, and she's a recently widowed senior citizen who lives alone. She said her toilet trouble started 3 days after she moved in to a brand new house.
Is it a snake? It's a toilet snake, right?
No, it's just bad plumbing in this house.
It would have been a better story if it had a toilet snake.
I think it's a pretty good story. This poor woman.
He doesn't invent the news. He's.
Oh, wait a minute, Gina. How did you? Oh my God! Here at the end of the story, there's a giant ball python in this woman's toilet, and it lives on a diet of toilet paper.
I knew it.
That's a much better story,
Isn't it?
All right, that's
Sports weather traffic.
Well, in boners, Bill made Pete Rose a posthumous boner, but the reason his name popped up in the news is because they've changed the status of several players who have been blacklisted from being in the Hall of Fame. So part of that, though, is the Black Sox scandal.
Shoeless Joe Jackson.
Shoeless Joe. It's 8 players from the 1919 Chicago White Sox were accused of conspiring to throw the World Series. You remember the movie Field of Dreams?
Yeah, I didn't see it, but I know a movie.
You never saw Field
It
of Dreams?
used to be a famous saying to say it ain't so, Joe.
Well, and apparently that never happened. Like they claimed some little kid came up to him at the trial and went, "You are my hero." And
Say it ain't so, Joe.
And apparently they were acquitted. So they
players were?
Yeah, they were accused of exchanging money for throwing the World Series, which It's been a controversy, and that's why they made a whole movie about it with Field of Dreams.
There have been a couple of movies.
So I'm saying, well, I don't want Pete Rose to be in there. I think it's high time that Shoeless Joe made it into the Hall of Fame. Also in sports, Salma Hayek, 58, smoldering on the cover of the Sports Illustrated.
Well, put her out!
swimsuit
My
issue.
God, put her out!
She looks amazing.
Yeah, she does look great.
Congratulations, Salma Hayek. That's your sports. Weather. 80% chance of showers today. I know they've been seeing a lot of that up north. Not so much for us down here in Salt Lake. 50% overnight tonight, 40% tomorrow. This is a pattern we've got for most of the week. Looks like we have a little bit of a break on Friday, and then it comes back around on Saturday. 57 today, 64 tomorrow, 67 on Friday. Traffic, we have a crash, I-15 northbound and 45th south in Murray, blocking the left shoulder. Blocking the HOV lane. And let's see, we've got a multiple vehicle crash, I-15 southbound at the I-84 split in Riverdale. It's caused cars on both sides of the freeway. Traffic backed into Ogden there. And whatever you're seeing on the roads, you can text us. Let's see, somebody says traffic and weather, rain, hail, snow in Springville. I-15 northbound is super sluggish. Thank you for sending that in at 33986. Tired of paying too much for concerts? Experience great live music, enjoy adult beverages without paying stupid prices at Salt Lake's coolest venues. Experience Loom and the Loom After Party 2 this Thursday, May 15th at the State Room. Get tickets at thestateroompresents.com.
Your list of things that must go coming up after these messages. Stand by.
It's often said that people of Utah speak a language all their own. It's a language that's often confusing and even incomprehensible to newcomers here in the Beehive State. So, Radio from Hell presents a handy guide to help everyone understand how the natives speak. It's the Utah word of the day, and today's word is
Denture, Denture, denture. And now we're pleased once again to welcome to the show Don Griddle.
Hey, excuse me, ma'am. It's Criddle.
What's Criddle?
My name. It's Criddle, not Griddle. In your introduction there, you called me Don Griddle instead of Don Criddle. I'm Don Criddle, Marimona, Utah.
Apologies. We are pleased to welcome to the show Don Criddle. Mr. Criddle is the mayor of Mona, Utah, and he will use our Utah word of the day as he delivers to us Mona Community Notes. Mr. Mayor, if you please.
Thank you. Hello. I'm Don Criddle, Marimona, Utah, and this is Mona Community Notes. And with me today is my boy Denver Criddle. He gets off school today because it's a Mona holiday.
Howdy, folks. I'm Denver Criddle, the son of the mayor of Mona, Don Griddle.
Denver.
Sorry, Dave. I just thought it was pretty funny when that lady said your name was Griddle. I just laughed and laughed and laughed. I bet the folks listening to us right now thought it was funny, too. I bet they just laughed and laughed and laughed.
Denver, why don't you tell everybody what today's Mona holiday celebration is?
Okie dokie, Daddy. It is Burl Ives Day today in Mona.
That's right. And do you know why it's Burl Ives Day?
No, Daddy, I don't even know what a Burl Ives is. Is it some kind of bush or shrub or something like that? Oh, no, I bet it's an animal, a rabbit, breed of dog or something like that. Am I right, Daddy?
Burl Ives was a man, Denver. He was a singer. And one day, I think this is back in the 30s, Burl Ives was passing through the town of Mona. And he stopped and he sang a song for folks. A song that was so dirty, the mayor of Mona back then had him thrown in jail. And we celebrate the day because it represents the fact that Mona City has and always will do the right thing.
What was the dirty song, Daddy?
Well, it was called Foggy, Foggy Dew. And it's about an old guy who is a weaver and this young girl who's afraid of the bugaboo. But see, old Burl, he changed it to Foggy, Foggy Dew, with the dew part being this young lady's innocent. Well, oh, hell, Denver. That's all I can tell you because, well, it's just too dirty for a young woman.
Is it more dirty than that there once was an old hermit named Dave poem I heard you say once?
I told you to forget about that, Denver.
Oh, that's right. That's okie dokie, Daddy. I'm going to forget it right now.
You better forget it. I told you at the time you overheard that poem, you should forget it. And if you didn't, I told you I'd give you a whack that'd dent your head.
I've been trying, Daddy, but I keep thinking about that hermit named Dave and what he had in his cave.
Denver, I'll dent your head. Now, enough. We got to go downtown for the parade. I'm the Grand Marshal, and we are riding on the Burl Lives float.
Join us again some other time as we examine how the Utah natives speak with the Utah Word of the Day.
Get rid of them! Honestly. Can no one find nude photos of me on the internet?
Carrie, Bill, and Gina want to hear from you. Call the Radio from Hell show at 877-602-9696 or text us at 33986.
Things that must go on the radio from Hell Show.
Yes, it's time. It's time for you to vent and tell us what you think must go from your life. These are things that are bugging you, dear friends of the program, things you can't stand anymore. And so you send them to us in an email, radiofromhell@x96.com. You put must go in the subject line. Hopefully you'll feel better if we read yours on the air. I'll begin. I have one myself. Probably nobody notices this but me, and I wish it would go. I was listening to a commercial today for some business, and they said, a lot of people find help when they come to our store. Meet Patty. And I thought, meet Patty. I mean, and then it's a woman named Patty speaking, but the announcer goes, meet Patty.
I'd like to introduce Patty.
Yeah, why can't you say or
here's Patty.
Here's Patty, but meet Patty. I don't. It just
this is Patty.
It just didn't work for me.
I'm sure Patty didn't appreciate that either.
Meet Patty. All right. This one says this is from. I don't know if I'm supposed to say the name, so I won't. Office drama must go. I'm too old for this S. People complaining about sprinklers going off during a rainstorm. It's actually more favorable to do that because if you water while it rains, the water goes deeper into the ground and helps the roots. Then you won't have to water as often. Maybe. And working 2 out of the jobs to support your kids because your ex is worthless. And I'm still not getting ahead. Sorry. This Gumby here. I've been driving a school bus since last September. Every school I've been to, there are clearly marked bus zones and no parking zones leading to these bus stops. But my thing that must go is parents parking in these zones. I drive a 40-foot, 16-ton bus, and I need all of that designated area to safely drop off and pick up, or as Gumby wrote, puck up, the students. In the meantime, in the time I've been driving, I've not had a day with a parent not parked in these zones. You're dangerous. You're endangering your car. I don't care about you, but I care about my bus and I care about the kids, and that's not good. Also, food establishments that make you build an order on the website in order to see the menu. Thanks for letting me listen.
That's annoying,
Gumby.
actually.
It is. Very annoying. And finally this. Good morning, my friends. This is Clark, listening from El Salvador. You can say my name. What must go is the toilet seat dropping down in the middle of a pee, so I have to adjust my stance to catch the seat with my knee, all trying not to make a mess as I catch the seat. Speaking of messes, one other thing that must go is the Trump administration. I want boring politicians.
Yes.
Who know what they're doing and will not destroy our country. Thanks for all you do. Clark in El Salvador. You're welcome, Clark. Carrie?
All right, this one from the foot of Mount Doom. When you put something in the Instapot and you forget to check to make sure that the thingy is set to sealing and not venting, so it never gets the pressure it needs to actually pressure cook. It's a waste of time. Also, the pear tree blossoms that are so light they blow everywhere.
Yes.
Including your car,
Yes.
your garage, in your house.
But it's fun. It's kind of like snow.
Got to find out whose tree that is. All right. Let's see this one from Tony. Things that must go. Kid Rock stealing from the Sugar Hill Gang.
Yeah.
As a leasing agent, I have to show rental units, especially to a man who works as a black market massage therapist who tried to hide the fact that he has a credit score of less than 600 and has a history of assault. Being 30 minutes late to the Catan tournament at the brewery because that same guy was tardy to the showing, so I wasn't able to compete and win the prize. And my outdoor vase being knocked over by my clumsy house guest. Had to throw it out because it was cracked. This one from Zane. People who talk on their phone in the bathroom.
Gross.
People who don't flush after going to the
Gross.
bathroom. People who don't wash their hands after going to the bathroom. Forgetting what card is on what account for online use. And where is that Don? I haven't heard from him in a while.
Yeah, his work schedule must have changed.
True. And finally, this one from Jason. Things that must go. Gina.
What?
During the sports recap on May 7th,
Okay.
you mentioned...
It's very specific.
I know. Well, he's very specific. You mentioned the Nuggets battling the Thunder and failed to do a poop joke there. Also,
We're all at fault there, too.
I think so.
Yeah.
Nobody picked up on
Also,
that.
why does Gina only dress nice when she's on vacation? Carrie's right. This must go.
Okay.
Sorry, Gina, but this was a topic during a Must Go segment the same morning, and it made me laugh.
I really appreciate that you wear the same thing every day because then I don't have to really look at you.
Nope, it's a uniform.
All
right. This from Brandon. Hello, first time sending in a must-go list today. Today I hit my limit. What must go are advertisements for Mother's Day. My mom died a year and a half ago, and I just can't handle these things. Soon it will be Father's Day, and those ads also must go because my dad died 2 years ago on June 1st. Thanks for letting me listen, Brandon. That is hard. Let's see. Body shaming must go. I'm a slender build and work out daily. I'm conscientious of what I eat because I choose to. Being judged for my decisions is no different than being judged if you struggle with your weight or food addiction. Comments implying my size is no different from being judged for your size or body types. Learn to focus and love yourself, less on judgment for others. Thank you, Lords. And
So they're saying people are picking on them because they're slim, trim, and in good shape.
like you don't have to. Well, like say you're slim and you go out to lunch with people and you order a salad, and they're
Yeah.
like, "You don't need a salad. Why don't you have a hamburger?"
I see.
I say, well,
It's
I don't know.
body shaming goes both ways, I guess. Is
I'd
what
say
she's
I
saying.
wouldn't be ashamed at all.
This from Please Don't Use My Name. Hello, Lords and Lady. Thank you for letting me listen. My thing that must go is waking up at the time my body wouldn't normally be awake, to get ready to go to a place I'd normally never go, in traffic both ways, just to have someone pay me what they think I'm worth, which is not enough. I know this isn't really all that terrible, and I'm very fortunate to have a job, but being adult is really overrated.
Yeah.
Take me back to the days where the most important thing I needed to know was what my mom was making for dinner that night. Please make working to live and spending more time at work than I do at home with my family a thing of the past. Thank you, guys. Happy Wednesday.
All right.
Is that
Things that must go on the radio. From Hell Show.
Traffic.
A multi-vehicle crash, I-15 southbound at Main Street exit in Spanish Fork. Traffic stopped for a couple minutes to move some cars from the left to the right. The HOV lane, the right lane, both shoulders are blocked. Very wet roads. So it looks like we're like this magical place in the middle where they're having bad...
you look at the sky now, though.
I guess it's darkening
It's
up.
starting
now,
to come
isn't it?
in.
Yeah. So yeah, just be aware the roads are wet and causing problems. Crash I-15 northbound 45th south of Murray, blocking the left shoulder. Multi-vehicle crash up in Riverdale at the I-15 southbound I-84 split. So weather definitely a factor this morning. You can text us and let us know what you're seeing on the roads. Only if it's safe for you to do that, though. 33986. See movies on the big screen at Broadway Center Cinemas before sunrise and the 1997 classic Titanic playing this weekend. Get tickets and showtimes at slfstix.org.
All right, KXRK Provo. We will take a break. We will play a song. After that song, it's the Boner Recap Game. Easy to play, easy to win. If you were listening this morning, you know who won the boner. And that's the question that we want you to answer. If you weren't listening, I don't know if I'd guess today.
This one,
cheat, yeah.
This one's sneaked up on me.
Yeah, this one was tricky. Cheat. Go to x96.com, look for the box that says Boners, May 14, 2025. Click on there. It'll say winner next to the correct answer. What is our prize?
Tickets to Fork Fest at Art Dye Park in American Fork, June 6th and 7th, featuring the Aquabats, Stretch Armstrong, Little Moon, and more.
Wow. It'll be a good show. The Stretch Armstrong reunion and the Aquabats. All right, so, yeah. Call, play, win, 877-602-9696. Just tell us who won the boners this morning. RenaissanceRanch.com.
You know, Renaissance Ranch is a drug and alcohol treatment center, and they offer a lifetime guarantee, meaning that if somebody were to complete and graduate from the program and then were to have a relapse, they can come back through the program again free of charge at Renaissance Ranch. It is very difficult to deal with your own addiction or somebody's addiction in your family, but help is out there with Renaissance Ranch Addiction Treatment Center. They are a local family-owned addiction treatment center, and they do a great job. Their program is designed for male patients specifically, and they do have residential or outpatient services staffed by recovering addicts who have great empathy because they understand addiction cycles. I've spoken to these people, the counselors and the staff that works there, and they really know they know how to deal with the addiction problems. Help is out there. Schedule a free consultation. Read compelling success stories online. You'll find them at RenaissanceRanch.com. They accept most private insurance and Medicaid. You can watch Radio from Hell live on YouTube. I went to the phone store yesterday because there was a little icon on my phone that I didn't know exactly what it meant. I hadn't seen it before, and so I thought something might be wrong with my phone. And I go in there, and I was only there for 5 minutes because the person who helped me was very knowledgeable and
helpful.
went, oh, this or this. Oh, look, here's what it is. For some reason you're mobile. It's like, there. Now it's gone. Here, fine. And but the person who helped me, her name was Heaven. And I said, is that your real name, Heaven? Is that your real? Yes, it is. And I would have liked to have chatted with her a bit more about that name. Well, why did your parents name you that? And has it caused you any problems?
Why would you think it would cause her problems?
It's because it's so lofty. It's unusual and it's lofty, and it's the kind of thing that a lot of kids would make fun of because kids will make fun of almost anything.
Just about anything, yeah.
My mother's name, Nola. Her parents, my grandparents, named her that because they were looking for a name they didn't think kids would make fun of at the time. It didn't work. No, it didn't work. But that was a specific thought in their mind.
Yeah.
We want to give her a name that nobody will make fun of.
Yeah.
But I didn't get. I'd like to. I wonder if it causes her any problems.
It's my parents' favorite Talking Head song.
I mean, I can think of other names that would give you more problems than Heaven.
More like hell.
Like Your Majesty.
Your Majesty.
That's
yeah.
Jermaine Jackson.
No, yeah, except if you're part of the Jackson family, nobody's going to give you crap.
I guess
about
probably
that.
not.
It makes sense when.
There are a lot of people named Nevaeh.
Nevaeh, yeah. I've
which
heard
is
that.
which is heaven spelled backwards.
Oh.
That's
I didn't
what
know
that
that.
is.
Nevaeh.
Yeah.
Ah.
So
You know, and Prem is MERP spelled backwards. I don't
doesn't help
I'm going to name my
either way.
kid Prem.
This is a good reminder, though. We love to help you with baby names
Yes.
because we will run through all of the negative things that could possibly come from naming your child something. Or sometimes we have people that say that the parents are arguing about the name, and we'll help break the tie.
We'll help break the tie.
You can just email us your baby names, radiofromhell@x96.com.
No, I like that name, Heaven. I thought
I think it's a great
that's
name, yeah.
delightful. That's charming. It's sweet. But maybe name somebody Afterlife.
Well,
You know,
that's not a good name.
no,
Heaven's
well-
a good name. But
What are other words for heaven?
paradise?
Yeah, paradise.
The Andorian term is unpronounceable.
How about
To the Klingons, it's Vortavor.
celestial kingdom?
No, that's too long.
Just celestial. Well, it's with a heavy heart that we say goodbye to a trusted and valued employee of the Radio from Hell show.
Well, thank you.
It's goodbye, but not forever.
No, I wouldn't think so.
Like maybe for a couple days.
It's our intern Dawson, and Dawson has been. This is the second. Dawson re-upped. This is his
I
second.
tried.
His second tour of his second tour of duty. He was an intern some years ago, and then he came back and has been an intern again for how many years now?
Between both of it, like 2.5 years.
2.5 years,
Yeah,
okay.
yeah. Enough experience to hopefully do something else one day.
Well, I have some exit interview questions for you, Dawson.
All right.
Now, first of all, what do you think the most important thing you've learned working here? What's the most important thing, or what thing do you love about that you've worked here?
What I really love is the editing. Honestly, as geeky as that sounds, I can read every one of your voices almost in the wavelengths.
Really? That's
yeah,
kinda cool.
Yeah, at this point,
Wow.
I can kind of read the audio. One of the most important things, I think, was to kind of forgive myself. I had a tough time with the first time I left.
Why? What was different?
Because you're a doofus, that's why.
Yes, I was a doofus. I was a young 20-year-old whippersnapper, and wasn't making choices for myself. I thought I was, but
I mean, you weren't horrible as an intern then.
Well,
but,
thank you.
But you were kind of a doofus.
Yeah. That's a kind way to
But
put it.
you've matured.
I would like to think so.
Yeah. Here's a second interview question. Did I ever ask you to get me a cup of coffee? And if I had asked you, would you have reported me to HR?
Well, you did.
I did?
When I rode to the road home at the Chevy dealer.
Oh, I did.
Yep.
I did.
Yep.
Yeah.
And
So
no,
did you report me to HR for it?
No.
Oh,
No.
Okay. Should you?
Well, would you get me a cup of coffee?
No, God.
Well, then I might.
No, you're an intern. Get an intern a cup of coffee.
Okay.
What will you miss the most? about being here?
The experience, being able to show you off to the listeners. I think the most fun part about being in production is elevating someone else.
I would have thought you said playing with the dog.
That I will miss Vax a lot.
You'll miss
I
playing
really
with
will.
the dog.
He is
All
a
right.
great dog.
Okay, just about to the end of the interview here, the exit interview. Let's see, this is the fourth question. Chuck Berry's song, My Ding-a-Ling, yes or no?
Yes.
Oh,
I
God.
listened to it this morning and I was singing to it.
And finally, this question. This is the question we ask all.
There's one more.
Oh, do you? This is, yeah.
Little Smokies or Little Polskas?
Oh, yeah.
Smokies.
Smokies.
Yeah.
Little
The sauce on them, it's
That's
better
that's
than-
the key.
Yeah, it
Yeah.
is. It is. Oh, that was a tough one.
And then finally, you see that door right there? Don't let it hit you in the ass when you leave.
That's my favorite part.
And while you're out there, get me a cup of coffee.
Would you?
No.
Oh, good. Didn't that feel good to
It
tell
did.
him no?
It did.
Thanks, Dawson.
Thank you, Dawson.
Thank you all so
you
much.
really were. You really have been a valued employee, but you'll be around as a sort of a utility player.
Yeah.
Picking up slack where it's needed.
Yeah. There's lots of slack.
Yeah, we'll still see you around.
As a matter of fact, will you pick up some slack out there?
No.
Okay.
Oh, I like this.
Good.
My family will be proud of me.
Very good.
Standing up for yourself, Dawson.
I know.
Thank you.
It all starts here.
Now, when you're back next week, you can't say no.
Oh, okay. That's right. That's right.
Yeah, okay.
This is a freebies.
You're becoming a utility player now. You're being called in when needed.
You can't elevate others when you say no.
That's true. All right. Thank you.
Thank you all.
Thanks, Dawson.
Yeah. Okay. And he'll be stepping in to help out while I'm gone.
Probably he'll step in fairly often,
Yeah.
I would think.
Yeah.
Because I've got more vacations planned.
God knows.
Is a big fan of Susie and the Banshees and wonders why we were playing that in Magna.
In Magna?
Yeah.
Because on this day, in 1991, Susie and the Banshees released Kiss Them For Me, the lead single from their 10th studio album, Superstition. 91.
91?
91. All right. We need a contestant to win these Aquabats tickets.
Yeah, it's Fork Fest, Art Dye Park and American Fork, June 6th and 7th, featuring Aquabats, Stretch Armstrong, Little Moon, and more.
877-602-9696 is the number. Just call it, and you could be that contestant and win Aquabats tickets simply by, I'll recap the bonus for you. You tell me who the winner was, and you win the tickets.
Mm-hmm.
Simple.
877-602-9696. Now, coming up, because Gina brought in those Oreos the other day, the salted chocolate pretzel ones.
The disappointment Oreos?
The ones that she didn't like.
They were okay.
I liked them fine, but I mean, I doubt I'd buy them again saying that. But I think I may have found the perfect Oreo.
Oh.
Something we haven't heard of?
This is another
You might
special
have,
edition?
You might have heard of it. I don't think it's a special edition. I think it's available.
Okay.
But it's just right.
Okay.
The flavors are just right. The size is just right.
The size?
Yeah. It's maybe the perfect Oreo.
Okay.
So we'll get that for you coming up.
Must be one giant Oreo.
Folks are calling in.
I'm always willing to try.
Always willing to try
an Oreo.
Let's go to Dawn. Dawn is here.
Dawn, hello.
Hi.
Hi, Dawn.
How are you, Dawn?
I'm doing well. How are you?
Oh, just tired. So it's getting toward the end of the
Yeah.
show, and I've been up since 3:00 this morning, and I'm getting a little. But thanks for asking, Dawn. What are you doing?
I'm actually getting breakfast before I head to work.
Where are you getting it?
I'm getting it from Chick-fil-A.
Okay, Dawn, are you in line or something, or?
I am in the drive-through.
Okay, I hope we can make this work for you.
My pleasure.
I'm gonna read these three. See, I wouldn't know.
I don't go to Chick-fil-A, but I hear that the dragon fruit pineapple lemonade is good.
Yeah. So I'll read these three boner candidates for you, Dawn. You tell me the winner, and you will win tickets to go see the Aquabats and who else?
Stretch Armstrong.
Stretch Armstrong, yeah. So did you hear the candidates earlier?
I did not.
Uh-oh.
I'm flying blind.
Okay.
I'm flying blind.
Well, good luck. Here's number one. The cook put bacon on the man sandwich. A man in a bar he ordered a sandwich, and he was dismayed and appalled that they had put bacon on his sandwich. And so he went home, got a gun, and came back and shot the cook. That's boner candidate number one. Boner candidate number two, we want your kids' teeth to rot and fall out of their mouths. The leadership of the Health and Human Services Department, Robert F. Kennedy Jr., is now fluoride has been taken out of the water here in Utah, and it probably will be in other places. He's seeking to remove fluoride supplements for kids. Fluoride tablets, fluoride drops, fluoride lozenges, even fluoride in toothpaste. He wants to get it all out.
Completely removing your choice.
And then boner candidate number three. Yeah, that's right. I'm dragging Pete Rose from his grave and nominating him for a richly deserved boner. Pete Rose, when he was still alive, responding to accusations that he'd had sex with underage girls in the 70s, he said to the female reporter, "Hey, listen, I'm not here to talk about that. Sorry about that. It was 55 years ago, babe." Those were the three candidates, Dawn. Who was the winner?
I'm going to go with number two.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. Number two wins boner of the day.
Correct.
Congratulations, Dawn. You're going to get the tickets and enjoy your breakfast.
Hang on.
Are we going to have to put a moratorium on RFK boners? Are we getting there?
It's getting that way, isn't it?
Because he's had two this week.
And just now, he's being questioned just now, and he said, nobody should take medical advice from me.
Why did you take
even though
that
that's
job?
your job?
Yeah. To tell the American people this is good.
Yeah,
you should do this.
I don't think
or
anyone
not do
should
this.
take medical advice from me. Well, then why quit the job then? Anyway, all right, we will take a break. We will be back with some big boy news after these. Stand by. Stockton 12 Honda.
Stockton 12 Honda is your neighborhood Honda dealer, and they have been there for over 25 years. They're in the Southtown Auto Mall in Sandy. Go see them. When the minute you walk into that dealership, you'll find the best sales team you've ever experienced and the best service department around. Hassle-free customer satisfaction guarantee. I've bought cars there. I've had my car serviced there, and it's always been just a great experience at Stockton 12 Honda. Same-day service is available if you want to get your car serviced, and they even have a remote mobile repair service available where they come to you. You can see it, what those options are at Stockton, the number 12 Honda.com. Now, remember the top dollar for trade-ins right now, so if you're thinking about getting a new car, try Stockton 12 Honda and see what they'll give you for your trade-in. I think you'll be pleasantly surprised. Stockton 12 Honda, they're in the Southtown Auto Mall in Sandy, Stockton 12 Honda.
We've got a treasure.
I want to know how you're feeling, Gina. Are you okay? Because you drank some caffeine.
Well, so we had the donut critic on today who brought in these new caffeinated protein drinks.
Well, they're chocolate milk.
Which are, and they're super tasty.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe that was part of the problem.
Now, what he said is that the regular ones are a caffeine equivalent to a cup of coffee.
Yeah.
And then there's this one that is 2 cups.
I didn't have that one.
You didn't have this one.
I had the 1 cup, but my heart's going blah, 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 blah.
From that one can.
Well, but see, I already had a coffee this morning.
I was going to say, because you stop for coffee every morning.
And a Diet Coke. This is almost gone.
And
so
she has a Diet Coke.
I had these previously.
Gina,
I think that was not a good move.
Gina, I had a Coke Zero this morning.
Uh-huh.
Then I've been working on my coffee, my Mill Creek coffee here, and then I drank one of these as well. These things that he brought in that are caffeinated, and you know what? I could take a nap right now. I mean, I'm fine.
I'm tired all the time.
That's right. That's exactly what it is. I'm just tired all the time.
I'm tired.
You poor thing.
I mean, I'm kind of feeling it. I can feel it right about here.
But you've had, how much coffee have you had this morning?
Well, this morning when I get up, I had, I'm not quite sure how to describe it. This stuff I put in my water that's supposed to wake me up and invigorate me.
But that's caffeine, isn't it?
I don't know if it has caffeine in it or not. It's got some sort of vitamins of some kind in it. And then I have my Mill Creek coffee, Guatemalan today. And then I had this just now, strawberry milk with caffeine. And like I said, I wasn't feeling it until a few moments ago, and now my eye started to twitch.
You got a twitch?
I forgot to mention, on top of all of this stuff that I've had, I take a Provigil every morning.
Oh yeah,
which is which is like airline pilots' wake up pills.
Special trucker aspirin.
And you're still fine.
Yeah,
you're still.
I could drink a pot of coffee and go to bed at night.
I'm tired all the time.
Because I'm tired all of the time.
And my pants are heavy.
I'm just a poor little heavy-panted, tired boy. Yeah, I'm sorry that it affected you that way because these are delicious.
They are tasty.
I know what it was. You see, I drank the vanilla flavor, and you drank the chocolate flavor.
I had strawberry.
And you had strawberry. I think the vanilla flavor, even though they all have the same amount of caffeine in them, I believe, the vanilla flavor would still just be not as effective because it's vanilla.
No naps for me.
Do you take a nap?
Yes.
Of course she does.
I almost never take a nap. I have to be exhausted before I'll take a nap.
You stop by Beto's on the way home. You eat under the overpass.
I have my systems.
And then you go home and nap.
Are you regular?
Yes.
Oh,
in fact,
good.
I gotta go. Right,
Do you ever
I got another thing going.
You ever fall asleep in the car?
Yes.
All right.
While you're driving? Goodbye.
Goodbye, everybody. Goodbye.
How long was that?
Some big boy news and opinioendo brought to you by
Big deals at Big O Tires are here. Save up to $120 instantly on select sets of tires at Big O Tires, the team you trust.
Thank you.
All right, we're going to be talking crime a little bit here. First of all, Cassie Ventura, singer who dated Sean Combs for over a decade, took the stand yesterday during the second day of his federal sex trafficking trial to provide key testimony about his alleged violent and disturbing behavior. The 38-year-old musician, Cassie Ventura, who's currently 8 months pregnant with her husband, Alex Fine's third child, met Combs when she was just 19. He was 37. He signed her to his Bad Boy Records label. Two began dating a few years later. Combs has been charged with sex trafficking, transportation to engage in prostitution, racketeering, faces life sentence behind bars. He's pleaded not guilty. His family, including his children and his mother, have been present in the courtroom for both days of testimony. This was the first time Cassie and Combs had seen each other in about 6 years. She came into the courtroom. Combs continued looking straight ahead. Cassie also did not look at Combs during her testimony.
Why would you want your mother and your children in this courtroom?
I think
for that
to hear that.
I think you would want them there, to say, look, my family supports me.
Mhm.
Look at this. They don't believe this stuff.
Didn't Jennifer Lopez date for a while? I wonder if they're going to call her.
Oh, I haven't heard her name mentioned.
She would have some knowledge, I would think, right?
Oh.
She had this Cassie Ventura had some pretty shocking testimony to deliver.
Disturbing.
Kyle Snyder, 29-year-old Olympic gold medalist from the United States. He's a wrestler. Has been arrested in connection with a prostitution sting in Ohio. According to police, Snyder responded to an online advertisement and attempted to pay for an undercover officer for sex. Taken into custody immediately. And then, of course, the Menendez brothers. Gina has information about Lyle and Timmy, or Jeff, or whatever. Lyle and Jeff?
Eric,
yeah.
and Rosie O'Donnell.
What?
Bill was kind of surprised to hear about their unlikely friendship. 63-year-old actress recalled how a 1996 appearance on Larry King Live, where she expressed her belief that the Menendez brothers' actions were a result of self-defense, unexpectedly led to her developing a friendship with Lyle Menendez. He and his brother, of course, convicted of first-degree murder for the 1989 fatal shooting of their parents. O'Donnell told The Times in an interview published a couple weeks ago she received a letter from the Menendez brothers thanking her for offering her support. She said that he added he felt the former talk show host personally knew that his defense was true. After she was on Larry King, they started calling each other, like regularly. She said, he started calling me on a regular basis from the tablet phone thing that they have. He would tell me about his life, what he'd been doing in prison, and for the first time in my life, I felt safe enough to trust and be vulnerable and love a straight man. That's a weird thing to say.
Huh. That is odd.
Yeah. So, yeah, she's been advocating for them.
Kim Kardashian also testifying in trial in Paris.
Oh, with her
the jewel heist that happened 10 years ago.
That's right.
Said she said a silent prayer for her sister, her best friend, her family, as the masked man pulled her toward him in the Paris hotel room during the 2016 jewelry heist that changed her life. She wore a bathrobe, her hands were zip-tied, her mouth was taped shut. She thought she wouldn't survive. I was certain that was the moment that he was going to rape me. I absolutely did think I was going to die, she testified. She said she was getting ready for bed when she heard stomping up the stairs. First, she thought it was her sister, Courtney, who really has a heavy tread. And the friend returning from a night out. Hello? Who is it? She called out. Masked men stormed into the room. She grabbed her phone but didn't know the French emergency number. Tried to call her sister and her bodyguard, but one man stopped her. They threw her down, zip-tied her hands, and pressed a gun to her. I have babies, she said. I have to make it home. They can take everything. I just have to make it home. They taped her mouth shut, and she was ultimately not assaulted. And but they did take all the jewelry, every bit of, was it $16 million worth of stuff.
It's more than you need.
Yeah. Let's see what else we have going here. Concert ticket economics.
Okay.
Lana Del Rey, for instance, leads the priciest concert performer.
Really?
Yeah. It when you go to our concert, what you're hearing is costing you $16.02 per song. that you sing.
Oh, so it matters how many songs they do.
Charlie
That's part
XCX
of
tops the per minute cost at $3.55. Oasis generates the most revenue per song at $858,024, with nightly earnings of $17.6 million across their reunion tour shows. So the $240 ticket to see Lana Del Rey this summer isn't just expensive, but some say it's highway robbery when you break it down by song.
Yeah.
The concert prices seemingly on the rise year after year and shows barely stretching past 90 minutes for many acts. Fans are now essentially paying per track rather than per performance.
What if you actually do that? Like pay as you go. Like if you.
I'm only here for 4 songs.
Yeah. And then we'd have to have a schedule.
Yeah.
Of, what's because I'm paying for a specific song.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, but Lana Del Rey apparently extracts the most from her fans per song.
Using that math, then Bruce Springsteen is a bargain because he does 3-hour shows.
Yeah, you would
right?
think. Yeah. I mean, but you also have to factor in the cost of the tickets.
You'll get your money's worth with Bruce Springsteen. And of course, Mike in Nashville weighing in.
Of course.
Dave Matthews Band's plays 3-hour shows.
Okay, Mike, okay. Okay. Janet Jackson will receive a major honor.
A major award?
At the 2025 American Music Awards. The 58-year-old superstar will receive the Icon Award at the 2025 AMAs, which will air live from the Fontainebleau Hotel in Las Vegas. She will also perform on the show, making it her first television performance since 2018.
Really?
There have been 2 recipients of the AMA's Icon Award. Only 2? Rihanna in 2013 and Lionel Richie in 2022. It's given to artists whose music has had undeniable cultural and global influence in the musical industry.
Can't deny it.
John Mulaney says
he's very funny.
Yes, he is. It's hard to call anybody other than Weird Al Yankovic the greatest of all time when it comes to comedy music or parody songs. He's become a pop culture staple, but that hasn't translated to him getting into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame.
Do we need to start
and
a
John
petition?
Mulaney thinks it's a shame. I'm a big proponent of novelty music. I'm a big proponent of Weird Al getting into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame.
I'd sign that.
This is one step closer, though I don't know why they need to be led to it via steps. He says Weird Al brought more people to music than is recognized. I will, in fact, greatly devalue my coolness by saying when I was young, it wasn't until Smells Like Nirvana defanged Smells Like Teen Spirit that I could enjoy Smells Like Teen Spirit. Because it was scary at first. It was
scary.
like
How
he's easily
old is he?
frightened. Yeah.
John Mulaney says it was like I'm pretty happy. I'm a kid. I need a way in. And when you laugh at Smells Like Nirvana, you go, oh, this is really good. A really good song.
But
I kind of get that.
But do you let them into the Rock Hall of Fame because he doesn't do many original numbers.
The chairman of the Rock Hall of Fame says, while Weird Al is on our radar, it seems unlikely he will make it onto the ballot. Weird Al has come up in conversations. He is a genius. He's made brilliant versions of the songs, but I'll be honest, he's never made it close to being on the ballot. And
Can he get some kind of honorary something?
Some sort of special award.
Yeah.
Sure.
Oh, and back to the money per song. Morrissey cancels his show, so
you would send him a bill.
You would pay him for no songs.
Yeah. Well, no, he'd have to send you.
Yeah.
Sex Pistols featuring Frank Carter have announced their 2025 North American tour. We have to say featuring Frank Carter because it's not Johnny
It's not
Rotten.
John Lydon. Yeah.
Yeah. The tour kicks off September 16th in Dallas, and it'll be in October. They'll be at the Pearl in Las Vegas. So very tempting.
Yeah. Kind of.
They'll open for Iggy Pop in Boston.
Now that would be cool.
And then there's another one that's really cool. I've lost the thread here.
Oh.
Anyway.
All right. Weather.
It's wet. 80% chance of that continuing today. High of 57, overnight low 44. This rain continues throughout the day tomorrow. 40% chance tomorrow. Get a little bit of a break Friday, and then it circles back Saturday with a 60% chance. A little bit warmer Saturday, though. High of 74.
Thank you. All right. Don't call this day drinking. This is refined. This is special. Cheers, everybody. Don't call this day drinking. This is refined. This is special. Cheers, everybody. Don't call this day drinking. This is refined. This is special. Cheers, everybody. Don't call this day drinking. This is refined. This is special. Cheers, everybody. Don't call this day drinking. This is refined. This is special. Cheers, everybody. Don't call this day drinking. This is refined. This is special. Cheers, everybody. Don't call this day drinking. This is Don't call this day drinking. This is refined. This is special. All right. Well, let's see.
I was just to say, wonder why my parents were jumping on the bed. I could hear them through the ceiling.
Maybe they were jumping
Lovely.
on the bed.
I don't think so. Oh, wait. Where's Trent isn't here.
Trent is not here. He's out of town. He actually has some time off, I think.
Good for him.
I know. He needs it.
Yeah.
So I only have a couple of things that are going on this weekend. On Friday, you've got Bad Feather with the Spirit Machines over at the State Room. The Kilby Block Party starts on Thursday, so it starts tomorrow, and it's going all weekend.
Sounds like pants and jackets for this.
Yes, yeah, it's
weather.
going to be rainy some days, and it might be, I think it's sunny on Friday.
Friday's the good day.
Yeah, so there you go. Again, starts tomorrow. That goes through Sunday.
But Thursday's the bands I want to see.
I know.
And you can still get the $89 tickets on our website.
I
Don't
don't want to
I'll
promise that. Maybe.
I'll look.
Okay. Other things going on this weekend. It is the last weekend for the Plaza Palooza Spring Concert Series over at Snowbird.
Yes, you can.
You can? Okay, great. Go do that if you want to go. The Zoo Luminate is still going on where the wild things glow over at Hogle Zoo. You have the Living Traditions Festival this weekend.
Oh, the food.
Yes, all the food. The Woodland Fairy Festival starts over at Gardner Village. That's going to go through the next 2 months, basically, over the weekends. A friend of our intern's mom, I believe it's Yasmin Garza. She's a comedian. She's going to be over at Wise Guys on Friday and Saturday. You've got Craft and Drafts Market over at Keto's on Saturday. The Farm Fest 2025 over at Wheeler Farm. And then finally, I've been waiting for this for so long, the Wheeler Farm Farmers Market is starting up on Sundays, 9 to 1 p.m. And finally starts. It's going to go through October.
Don't you usually pitch a tent there at Wheeler Farm on the weekends?
Every single weekend, yeah. I just first one there, last one to leave, all that kind of stuff. Vax loves it, but I am there. You can catch me out at on the Wheeler Farm Farmers Market every so often with Vaxel Dan if you ever want to meet him.
There you go.
Is that it?
That's all I got for right now.
I've got a couple things.
You do?
Yeah. Join Bill Allred broadcasting
Hello.
live at the Classic Tattoo Show.
Hello.
Friday, 3 to 5 at the Davis Conference Center in Layton. You're going to have some of our Radio from Hell mugs and Fork Fest tickets.
And I'd be happy to approve the tattoo that you're thinking about.
And then join me broadcasting live at the Daybreak Home and Garden Show Saturday from 11 to 1 at the new Salt Lake Bees ballpark in Daybreak. I'm going to have lagoon passes to give away at that.
Oh, nice.
All right. Thanks, guys.
All right.
Thank you. All right. You want to try the...
Yeah, you said these are the
this
best
may
ever.
be the perfect Oreo.
Now, how did this... Well, what makes you say that?
Sue ordered some of those, the pretzel
The
chocolate
horrible,
ones.
the horrible
ones that you
pretzels.
don't
Not
like.
horrible.
And these came in the package with it.
Oh, like a bonus?
Yeah.
Like, you may also like this?
Yeah, the flavor's good, and what's better is the size.
Oh, it's a thin Oreo. Tiramisu.
Tiramisu.
Okay.
So you get that kind of coffee flavor in there.
Does that mean jump up and kiss me?
You get the chocolate and coffee flavor, and because they're thins, they're just the right amount.
Mm-hmm.
Shall I share them with our guests?
Yes, please.
I do like the thin Oreo.
The thin Oreo works, doesn't it?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it just tastes like a coffee cream
it's,
Oreo.
It's just enough, right?
Mm-hmm.
Mm.
Huh. Okay, now try
you got another one.
There's the lemon.
Okay.
Now, Sue didn't care for the lemon.
Those are really good.
I like the lemon okay.
Yeah, those tiramisu are really
the
good.
tiramisu, but it needs to be the thin.
Or you know what this would be good with?
What?
A little cup of tea.
A little cup of tea with the lemon?
Little.
You know what they're all good with? Shot of bourbon.
Yeah. Yeah, try the lemon. Lemon's all right.
Mm-hmm.
It's the fake. It's the fake lemon.
It is the fake lemon flavor.
It's not. It's artificial.
Well, you want them to put a slice of lemon between
Well,
them?
that'd be nice.
But
I'd have that with some tea.
But yeah, just
No, those are good.
The tiramisu thins, I think, is the way to go.
I think I'd like the thin cookie on all of them, on any of them.
Both of these are infinitely better than that abomination that is the chocolate pretzel.
Being awfully hard on that cookie.
You really are.
I have
It
high,
doesn't deserve it.
I have high standards for my Oreos. Somebody said, "Have you tried the Post Malone ones?" Of course.
Oh,
I've
well,
tried
yeah,
them.
they're delicious. But if they had a thin version, I
Do
think
they-
it'd be better.
Do they taste like cigarettes? I haven't tried them.
Because-
Yes, you have. I brought in a big box.
See, I think the situation.
Oh, are those Post
Malone?
Yeah, I think the situation with the regular size Oreos is that the filling, it just, you get that lard kind of, you know.
Yeah.
It overwhelms you.
Yeah.
You're overwhelmed with lard.
Yeah, it's like you bite into it and you go, lard.
Lard.
This is lard.
And then the sugar takes over and you forget it for a second. But with the thin, just enough. Got the right flavor. Perfect size.
Just a little hint.
All right. You're welcome.
Thank you.
Thank you. Those are delicious. Thanks for bringing them in. And I'm just looking to, what does tiramisu mean? I know it means something.
I don't know.
I'll look and see.
Delicious.
Tiramisu.
Anyway, all right, so we got that. We're going to play a song for you after these messages and then crawl towards the exit. Stand by for that. Zero Res, Gina.
Oh, you're mad at your Oreo cookies and you stomp them into the carpet. I'm not making a good.
I
know. Your carpet's dirty. Get it cleaned with Zero Res, and you don't have to wait until it's 90 degrees in the summer. I think sometimes people thought you only get your carpets cleaned when it's hot out because it takes a long time for them to dry. Not the case with Zero Res. They have patented technology to get your carpets insanely clean without use of detergents or harsh chemicals. That helps them stay cleaner longer, makes it safe for kids and pets, and they're not crunchy. You don't have that weird, I cleaned my carpet crunchy feeling when you're walking on them. They are clean, clean, clean. Now, if for any reason you're not satisfied, they missed a spot or whatever, let them know within 30 days. They're going to make it right for you. They're nice people that work at Zero Res. They've got a special going on right now. Get 3 rooms cleaned and the 4th absolutely free when you mention X96. And you can make your appointment a couple of different ways. Call 866-0RES, or you can go online to zerores.com.
Todd.
On this day in 1952, David Byrne was born.
And that was an accidental mashup of the live and recorded version.
Kerry Jackson mix.
I was playing it from my source, and then my source glitched. Luckily, I had it ready to go with the album version, so I could
He's a professional.
segue. So it's a combination. Nobody noticed.
I didn't. I just noticed a little. It seemed like there was a little pause, but that's all I. What the
Nobody
fuck?
noticed. All right. Let's see. Do we have promo? Yes, we do.
Okay.
Hang on a sec. All right.
Okay, you ready?
Yes.
Start planning your answer for Thursday's Radio from Hell X poll.
The question, what's something that instantly makes you dislike someone?
MAGA hat.
Don't tread on me flag.
Okay. Other than the obvious, something that makes you instantly dislike someone.
Like people who are rude to waiters.
Who are wearing MAGA hats.
Mm-hmm.
Radio from Hell, Thursday morning here on X96. I'm just trying to head that off at the pass.
Oh, I
We
see.
want things other than
Yeah.
that.
I got you. But you can say "and MAGA hats" every time if you want.
Whatever it is.
Whatever and MAGA hats.
Yeah, whatever it is.
That's fine.
Okay.
As a matter of fact, we expect you to do that.
No matter what it is. And Mac.
We got a few seconds here.
Thank you for sending in the pictures. We're starting to get pictures of people wearing their chicken buckets as hats. The Radio from Hell chicken bucket, which contains no chicken.
Mm-hmm.
And thanks for Bryce Larson and his family sent. It's him, his wife, and I got daughter and son. All four of them wearing. I think it's the same chicken bucket.
It's not a family picture with them all.
No, it's separate photos.
Okay.
So I think one of them, probably Bryce, won the.
Well, I was going to say it would have to be, because how could they possibly have 3 chicken buckets?
4. It would take 4.
They're so rare right now.
Yeah.
I want that to be your family Christmas card, by the way.
And they all look very handsome. They look very American, too. I mean, these
Look very American?
These are very solid American people. Like the son is wearing a WrestleMania shirt.
That's American.
Yeah. Let's see. The daughter is wearing some comic book shirt. So, yeah, this is an American family.
Salt of the earth.
And Bryce is wearing an X96 shirt. So,
probably the one that came in the chicken
that's
bucket.
what
I would
gonna
think.
say.
All right. I think we're good. Fine job as always, Katie. Live long and prosper, bitches.
So you know who I am.
Is it a toilet snake?
It's always good if it's a toilet snake.
You know who doesn't have a toilet snake? Artie Fufkin is next.